Hey everybody! Good evening, it's Friday night. What's happening? Welcome to Slices and Dices once again for episode 50.
Oh, really? We're there yet?
We are at the 50 mark of this campaign. 50. Although, Sarah, yeah, there we go, thank you. Because you're like,
mirror,
05.
Wait, which
I get killed by the mirror stuff too. Yeah. And look at that, for 50, we've got a new layout. Who dis? To coin a somewhat overused phrase. Yes, who knew we could actually do creative things? We can do creative things with our channel. We've changed. And
Matt just keeps saying "we" as if any of us had any input. Oh, did I say that?
Input? I don't know what this word input
hard.
is. Is that a word? I know.
You showed them to us, and we said they were nice.
That's true. So there you go. I showed them to you.
Feedback.
I showed them to you. I never ask for feedback because unless I need it, then go blank.
This is what Matt's actually like, by the way. He doesn't give a fuck about anything.
I mean, that's part of being a DM. So, whatever.
I mean, Kraw, he has to deal with me. And
I have to deal with a lot of things in my life.
Every time I make this joke about Matt Drakon, you have to say the exact same thing. You don't have to be self-deprecating all the time.
And you don't have to make that joke about Matt every time. But
that's true.
You keep doing it, so I'm gonna keep making my counter argument.
Counter argument.
Let me know.
This is how it was when you were growing up.
And there goes the sponsor.
He also does that every time.
Sponsors. Who needs
true,
them?
Though.
Psh.
Do you want me to start listing off everything that you do every time, Kraw?
This is why I have the brothers down at the bottom left and right here on the new overlay. I've got them so they can literally just do I look at each other like this and look at each other like this.
I wouldn't know which way to look.
That's okay. I'll keep switching it up every week so that you could be looking over there and then looking over there and just pretending like you know where they all are.
I remember before we even started streaming, I was like, yo, can you put Kraw the screen next to me so that way every time something happens I can just be like, yeah, and just fist pump him.
Yes, I do remember you saying you could fist bump him. I haven't seen a single fist bump.
Yeah, because Kraw wasn't up for the idea. He's like, that's cringe, and I'm just like, okay.
Hang on, where am I?
He's making shit up now.
You're at the bottom.
No, I'm not.
Why am I at the bottom?
You're at the bottom, Talron, so I can do this and go, hey, what's up?
You could just do the disappointing look,
and then,
you do all the time for everyone.
Hey, man, that's in a spot I would prefer not to be touched, Septur. So let's not.
Right?
I had a better sexual innuendo because he's on bottom, but if we want to keep going,
jeez. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our crazy ass group of people who play Dungeons and Dragons, also known as Slices and Dices. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, welcome. Hopefully, we entertain you for the next 3 to 4 hours. And
we got 49 episodes to catch up, by the way. So
yeah, exactly. For real, get started.
That's only what?
I mean, if you watch Qrevialur, you're
160 hours of D&D. That's 170 hours. Not bad.
200.
200.
I'll give you the short version. Ready? Got 5 people. They're all in a giant mega dungeon. They all got the things that they want to get done. None of them have really done that. Any of them. They're still working on it. And they've fought a lot of things. Like a lot. And they've gone through a lot of levels of Undermountain, which is technically the largest single dungeon in the D&D universe.
Dumb question.
No, go ahead. Dumb answer. Hit me.
Why does Ferros get to be top?
He doesn't.
He's not. Keeps going.
He's not. See, that's why I knew that question was going to come up. So I immediately respond with, no, he's just over there. Or fucking mirrors. God damn it. He's down at... See, this is worse now because now it's it's a configuration of 6. So I can't actually point to this and shit and like that. So I'm going to have to say in the number 1 position and then clockwise over... this way, That's Alex in the number 2 position.
If you had a train moving
down
northward
here,
at
in the
20 mile an hour and you waited about 20 seconds, you'd get to the approximate location of nearby one of the...
Wow, Kraw, you do this every time.
Oh boy.
Does?
I think instead of doing this random banter, I think we should play Dungeons and Dragons. What do you guys think?
I
This
agree.
idea.
Okay.
I like the random band, but random banter.
We can talk about random bands on our Discord, which you
Yeah,
can
like
be part of if you so desire.
half-orc
News
band?
in our little doobly-doo under the Twitch, and of course also in our YouTube channel, which if you decide to, hey, give us a follow. Give us a sub.
For some reason, apparently I'm a sub. I've never
You are a
subbed to the
sub
channel.
because you're a sub because I think you were granted a sub from our awesome mod who was gifting you that sub. So you should say thank you.
I mean, subs are pretty.
I have no idea which mod it is.
It's the one and only Iron Wolf.
It tells you when you look at your gifted subscription.
It's alright. I let him into my Wednesday campaign. I think that's thanks enough. He can be grateful
No, it's
for me
not.
instead.
Snap. I let him in. Okay, let's get started.
I
here, so.
graced him with my presence.
Last time, or I should say previously, let's just say, on Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So, after discovering the ruse that was Alterdeep, the simulated version of Waterdeep, a psychic illusion, the Undermountain Misfits, and Ezria returned to the Yawning Portal to deal with the Mind Flayer known as Extremiton. After several attempts at tricking or haggling with this creature, push eventually came to shove, and you entered into combat with it and its minions. And after a thrilling battle, you killed the massive Mind Flayer. Like the alliteration there, did that just for you. And Alterdeep was switched off, allowing you all then to awaken in a set of strange machines into which you had all been plugged, Matrix style, returning to the real world in the presence of other Mind Flayers and their awful minions, the Malagrim. Defeating them, and also finding other humanoids who had been placed in Alterdeep, you attempted to find a place to rest. Talron then received, for the first time in a very long time, a communication from his patron, Kaifon. And that entity implored Talron to save him, to free him from his rival, the roars from which you assume were implied from the door beyond your prison, belonging to this entity called Menach, this titanic creature which you found out from Extremiton to be a Neothalid. I pronounced it wrong the whole time last round. I said Neolethid. It's actually Neothalid, which had been confined by the Illithid up to that point, but whose minions had been responsible for evil doings that Elbauthin had been tracking for many months. Putting up the instant fortress of Zeke's alongside a humongous metal turbine in the middle of this level, which seems to be powered by a thunderous underground river, you all took a much-deserved long rest and determined where you should go next. And that is where we pick up right now. So, those of you who have not already done so, please go ahead and use the long rest, which I've put in chat, to remind yourself of the things that you need to renew, aka your hit points, and any spell slots, and any kind of special abilities that you have, as well as half of your hit dice.
Cool.
Yeah. All well deserved.
Oh, heck. Yeah, I can use the middle finger of death later.
Yes, you can.
I have my Boop of Doom back. Wait, I don't have negative 33 spell slots.
What?
I don't know how that's even possible, but that's actually kind of humorous.
I mean, my spells can heal you from negative damage.
So the whole night, as you have all been sleeping in this tent, the sound of the underground river has been coursing nearby. You actually sort of placed your Your instant fortress, Zeke, just on the lip of this massive turbine, which is in the center of this room, this metal shaft that is arcing with electricity, and the power from which you can discern is from the water raging around it, from some source you don't know. It seems to be coming from the east, powers around through this turbine which spins underneath the surface of the water, and then the force of which pushes through to a source running underneath this bridge of yours to the north that you see, to the west.
Well, since it's the next morning, hey everyone, is there a way to protect ourselves from the next wave that is to come? You know, the one with the wave that happens every morning?
Oh, that. I don't think so. I think we just gotta ride it out and hope we don't puke on the floor.
It's just... It'd be nice if there was a way to like, block our minds from such nauseating nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of is if we think we know when it's coming, stick close to Ferros.
Well, I mean, when do I not?
Fair.
But, so, we are supposed to be going to the west, according to our Gith friend here, right?
If we're trying to get to the whichever Gith it is we're supposed to be, Githyanki, is that who we're like?
Likely the Yankee, yes.
We were theoretically going
sure.
to, though that was for a deal that didn't happen with the guy who was dead. So I
We
don't.
still probably need to
actually-
go to the Yankee. Ezria wants us to, I imagine.
Right, for Ezria.
Wait,
So Ezria sort of perks up after you guys all wake up and do your morning things, and he says, I came from the same place that you did with my compatriots and Yirlaka, of course, my mentor, who sent me on this mission in the first place to once again come together with the Githyanki and perhaps ally with them against the Mind Flayers. Now that their leader has been destroyed, well, not their leader, but certainly their emissary, it is likely that the Githyanki will have an easier time reducing these creatures to the dust they deserve to be.
So we just gotta make it to the Githyanki or Zarai?
I am a Githzerai.
Yankee.
The Githyanki are my erstwhile cousins, shall we say.
So we just gotta make it to them, right?
That
To
is
the
your
what?
choice. I can again attempt to parlay with the Githyanki, but it is likely that they will see me as a threat more than anything else.
But what if we were to tell them that we just literally killed that Uthled?
Well, my question is,
Ooh,
if
fine.
you don't need to talk to them and we don't need to talk to them, why are we talking to them? Can't we just move on and get the hell out of whatever level of Undermountain this is?
That is
Well, the
again your choice.
Well, the problem is we have...
That was to the group as a whole.
Well, the problem is we have... I look over at the other civilians, pointing them out.
Mm-hmm.
They will not survive a day without us.
Well, we can't escort them all the way back up to the surface. That's just out of question. Sorry, guys.
So unless we find like a portal that leads them back up safely...
Ezria, have you seen any... Were you on this level of Undermountain when you were pulled into Alter Deep, or no?
No, I was on the level above this one, which is... And he looks around, he says, greatly different from this one.
What is...
Is this, actually?
What level?
Yeah, do you know, like, numbers? How far down are we? Any idea?
Yeah. How do you know what level we are on?
I do not know the number of the level, but I do know the difference between the level that I was on with my people and this one.
If you mind me asking, what's the floor above like?
We were just there, Talron.
Well, I mean,
We don't know.
hang on, let the guy speak.
Okay.
I appreciate your understanding. I came down from the level that my people were teleported into. One level, which was a level that was full of crystals, and for some reason seemed to be not even on this plane. It seemed to be on a gigantic rock that was encircling the world itself. It is extremely strange. It seemed to be hovering as if in a massive blank space. My people are rather versed in traveling between planes. We call it,
Well, a rock that's beyond our own. Well,
Yes, that is correct. It is, I do not know how to say this word in your language, but it is a massive floating stone that seems to be encircling the world, your world. How this is meant to be is unknown to me, considering that we were, and I assume are, underneath your city of water deep still.
This doesn't make any sense. Your
Wait.
people told me that you came down here, and that floor you're talking about we never were on.
That is
So
That
wait.
means we came down further than. We either
Well-
came down further than one floor, or that's a floor that we skipped.
wait. So, the floor we were on previously was the 15th floor.
That's correct.
So what? And we were told to go to the 16th floor, which is where.
Fine. Ezra, yes.
So, we must have skipped down to the.
That wouldn't
Seven?
make any sense, because then Ezra said that there was a stone circling a floor, but we never saw that his people were at.
Wait. So.
His people were not there when we never seen that.
So wait, we're underground, but somehow the floor above is circling
Wait,
the world
when you
that
say
we're on.
your people, do you mean the Gezerai or do you mean the Shasaku?
the Shasalku. My
that's who we meant.
people are all of the Gith. Githzera,
I-
Githyanki.
I understand. I just wanted to be clear. I know I have an idea what the Shasaku is. Sorry, no, not me. But
I'm sorry.
it doesn't sound right because if a level up was that with the Shasaku, but we were never there. But
So we must have
They-
skipped it.
this doesn't make any sense.
Many
Yeah.
things do not make sense. I only know that I was at that place when I was taken and brought here. And from here, I found that this was the place where the Lithid have their colony. I was able to sneak my way in, and lucky I was because they have insidious locks on the doors of this colony that only they are able to open. They are very strange, alien things. They call them, I only know because I have seen them in other colonies, they call them Qualith door locks. They can only be operated by creatures with, how do you say, the tentacles that the Illithid possess.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm casting Find Curiosity, by the way. I've never
Oh,
heard
you
of this.
are? Okay, here comes... I'm assuming... Is Zeril coming back in the same form that he was before?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Do I happen to know what kind of creature this guy is detailing exactly?
Mind flayers, it sounds like.
Yeah, he's talking about mind flayers.
The Lithids
Oh.
are mind flayers.
Oh, I thought they were different
Though I
kinds.
do find it strange you called them on Lithids instead of the Great Scourge.
I say this only because I wish to make sure you understand of the creatures from which for which I am referring.
Can I roll an insight check on him?
Go for it.
I don't think he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Well,
Nat
damn.
20. Nat 20 insight. You get the feeling from his posture that Ezria he's being polite about the Elbauthin, right? He's seen what kind of awful damage you guys can do when it comes to that last fight in the Yawning Portal, as well as outside of it. And I think your insight gleans that he's attempting to be very sort of methodical and almost scientific about his description, almost to keep his own emotions at bay.
2 hits, man.
By the way, is it any chance we can get onto the map?
Soon.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're on the map, they just can't see the map. The audience.
We were leaving level 15, and we got teleported. So it doesn't mean we got teleported to the level immediately below. We could have gotten teleported anywhere.
That's
So
a
maybe we got
fine
teleported
assessment.
down. Maybe we got teleported up.
What else was on the level you were on with the Shasaku?
Well, the Shasalku, of which there were only 3 or 4 members, the Shasalku are part Githzera and part Githyanki. Irlaka, my mentor, the main leader of the Shasalku, was back on this level that you referred to, called level, I think you called it level 15? The level with that awful undead creature with the many eyes.
So, when you refer to your people, you're actually referring to another sect of the Shasaku that we haven't met.
That is correct, yes.
This is getting even weirder because Ilaka said that you were with him.
He was being facetious. I am always with him. In heart.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, what does that mean?
Qrevialur's gonna step outside.
Okay. Go for it, Qrevialur.
But let them continue, please.
Sure.
Sorry for interrupting,
No, go for it. Yudlaka is my mentor. His mind and soul are with me always, even though we are not physically together.
I don't think he was being facetious. He said specifically that you were with him and then you went down to Netherskull to fight Netherskull.
I did not
You were
fight
just past-
Netherskull. I slipped past him.
Yeah, oh, so you were there then on that level.
Yes, I was.
Okay, was that the same level you were mentioning with the rock going around?
No.
Where was
Once
it in relation?
I made it past Netherskull, I descended the stairs to the next level and found myself...
To the different plane.
Correct.
So which
Okay.
is above us.
So we are on level 16. He appeared on
that's-
level 14.
No, actually no. We were on the obstacle course was the 15th floor, right?
That's correct.
Out
He
of
said he had
out of character here. You are correct. The obstacle course, the one with Netherskull, was level 15.
Is
So
this
then-
the floor, one floor beneath Netherskull?
You do not know if this.
I
if you're
asked
asking me. Oh, you're asking Ezria?
Yeah.
Ezria says, no,
So
this
then
is
we
not
must be,
the floor directly beneath that
How
creature.
many
then-
floors directly
Wait,
beneath
wait.
Netherskull? 2, 3?
This must be 17.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I do not know how far down we are. I only know that I was, if your mathematics is to compute correctly, I was taken from your 16th level to this
Wait, but
place.
Wait, I'm sorry.
But
You
wait, we
said
were.
that- Okay, I'm getting even more confused. You said you were on this level, you came down to this level, and you snuck around.
That is correct.
So you weren't teleported here from 16, you walked here yourself. I'm sorry, maybe it's a language barrier. I'm trying to clarify it for myself.
I agree. I think there is a discrepancy between our...
Do you speak under? Do you speak Undercommon?
I don't think he does. Let me double check. I don't think so. No, he does not. He only speaks Gith and Broken Common.
We should probably make our way to the floor above.
Well,
then.
we should figure out what floor we're on first. So,
no way. Maybe. before you found your way into Altered Deep, Ezria, when you were walking around this level, did you see anything that looked like a magic gate?
Um, I, if it is what I have seen before with Yirlaka, who himself was aware of these gates, then I would assume the answer would be yes. I have seen.
Is it close to where we are now?
No.
But there is one on this level?
I would assume there is the one that I have seen. I do not know if there are more, but
Would you be
one.
able to take us to it?
That would probably lead us to the Neolithid, as he said he was approached from the west, from what I understand.
Well, I was
Well-
just asking because if we can find the gate and open it, then Jaciria can tell us what level we're on.
Okay, it is worthwhile coming.
Well,
He is not. I am not very good at telling lies.
well, clearly you've seen what we can do. Why would you be telling us lies?
I need to earn your trust, as you have earned mine. I have done something against the wishes of my master, and I am ashamed. And I wish you not to judge me for this thing.
Well, was anyone better to speak to? It's me. Anyone else you might judge, but I am committed not to.
My master is a great man. He is wise, he is noble, he is thoughtful, he is brave, strong in heart. But his vision is clouded. He believes that the Githyanki will all reunite under the Shasalku, and we will all be again as a single people, fighting against the Great Scourge. This is not the case. The Githyanki are they are a people that fears the possibilities of what could occur if our peoples were once again reunited. I have seen no Githyanki that wished to become part of this Shasalku. I came down in the hopes that I could find one, perhaps, that would understand our ways. And when I reached this 16th level, this level on a floating stone above your world, I faced only hostility and derision, and escaped with my very life to this place through a gate that led me here. But then I saw these creatures, you, all of you, and he points to everyone in the instant fortress, including your newly found individual commoner friends who you just found, and said, and I thought there would be a way, gaining your trust, to have you help me with this. If only for the good of my master. So, there it is.
Perhaps you have shame, but we do not share in your embarrassment. I don't think there's a... Well, first of all, Most of these guys don't know anything what you're talking about. It's only really me and maybe Talron who have really been accentuated by this. I understand the tribulations of your race, at least to a degree. I've not experienced it myself, but I can take a guess.
I'm
So, yeah,
I'm still
I have
sorry.
I have we have no reason not to trust you. You were perhaps this little lie, which was figured out rather quickly. It's not a big deal because in the end you did help us, and that is something that could earn our trust. I don't think there's anything necessarily bad about what you've done. I understand that perhaps a life of mentorship could lead you to this path, and maybe a rude awakening of what things you may meet. I can tell you right now there are some Githyanki in the Shasaku, at least from what I've read. But I don't know how long ago or any information about this. I know there are. I can't speak to whether or not they would actually unify or anything. That's not my position. But regardless, I don't think you should be embarrassed for what you've seen or what you've done. But that would also make me believe that at this point, the Githyanki aren't on this floor. Correct?
No, they are. There are many of them on the floor above, but there are also some here. They attack the Illithid at this moment. But many
Well-
of them have died to this creature, this, Minak.
Would they happen to be less hostile if we were to aid?
The Githyanki are incredibly untrusting of outsiders. Even showing those two Mind Flayers heads, I'm not even sure how
Well-
much they're willing to go to.
Considering we just dealt a huge blow to the Mind Flayers, I mean, unless they want us to take out Monarch as well.
I don't know what exactly they'd ask, but I can tell you in not going to them, it's gonna be. I mean, even for me, I might be able to speak our way out of it. From what I understand of their people,
So what do we do instead?
I'm not saying we don't go. I mean, we still should. We still should try. Just letting you know the risk.
I have no reason to go further down. I'm sure that you all have your own reasons and rationales for being in this place. If Homeward
Well-
Bound is where you desire to go, then that is your choice. But I have failed in my quest.
Well, as curious as I am to go further down, I cannot do that until Monarch is dead. So,
You wish the destruction of this monstrous creature?
I don't really think I have I personally don't really think I have much of a choice.
Do not
It's under the
understand.
guise. It's under the guise of a particular god I know.
He sort of stares at you under-lidded, a strange glance. Just, this god, you know?
Yes.
His patron.
That word might not come across.
This god instructs you to destroy this creature.
Yes. Apparently.
Well.
But regardless, if we don't destroy Monarch, it's going to destroy everyone up on the surface.
I don't know what we're getting at. Ezreal, if we were to try to kill Monarch and possibly get help from the Githyanki, would you be willing to join us in that? I know you may not. You may not trust the Yankee, and they may not trust you, but you can speak Gith and we can't.
If only for that reason, and no other, I would join you. You have become fast compatriots of mine, if only barely known.
Our quest, given by your mentor, was to bring you back. That's what we intend to do, but also Talron seems to have a thing he needs to do here. So,
I see. Let me switch over to Qrevialur for a sec while this is occurring. Qrevialur, you're standing outside. You look around to see if there are any threats. Listening.
I mainly am listening.
It's tough to hear. I'll be honest. The
have
underground
you ever,
river.
Tried to hear something far off, and you just hold in your breath to
Yeah, and I'll explain how that's very difficult to do. This underground river, which you are extremely close by, is enormously loud. It's loud to the point where if you got closer to it, you'd probably go deaf just by listening to this enormous churning of water. So listening at this point is, even though you get a 26, you can't hear
Can I maybe try? I mean,
river.
I can't really look very far.
Sure.
I mean, is the water getting any faster?
No,
or is it staying
it's not getting faster. It's
speed?
staying at a constant speed. Yeah.
Okay. Well then, if that's the case, Qrevialur's gonna go back inside. 'Cause I think he has something to. Qrevialur's actually gonna go up to Elbauthin.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have a note of this, Matt, but there's a spell book with black leather covers that I got. I think it was last level.
Okay.
And yeah, he's gonna just hand it over to Elbauthin and say, I thought originally this was a book in a different language, and I was planning on giving it to my wife because that's what she's into, but after looking into it further and seeing you use your spellbook, I think it might assist you more than it could ever assist me.
Thank you.
I hope it's useful. It looks cool, though. I mean, it's got black leather covers.
Fancy.
Does fit your outfit.
Do you remember where you got it specifically on that level? Because then I can do a search real quick for it.
I sadly do not.
Okay, no worries. I think I can.
Oh, Matt, we have to put everything back, right? All the gold that was taken away.
Yeah. Let me go into. I think. Oh,
I did.
If you
I
haven't
did
already
that
done
yesterday.
that. Yeah.
I did that last time.
It was
I
black.
didn't track it, so I don't know what I.
I tracked.
Oh, yeah, it's in Discord somewhere.
It is in
buried
Discord.
now.
That's correct. Yeah. It's probably a little bit further back, but if you need to, I think I wrote it down in the main Discord that we use. So here, let me rewind back to last week.
You get your you sold 2 gems. You get those back.
So I put the 2 onyx gems back, but I don't know what my money was.
Here we go.
Well, because you got some of the money from selling the gem.
Right.
Yeah.
Those things did cost a pretty penny.
Yeah,
This
didn't you get like 1,000 gold for selling the gems?
Yeah. So
I think
That's
that-
right, because they were
100
their 2 gems were 500
Yeah.
gold apiece.
But I bought
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff too, and I had a bunch of gold that I gave away, right? Like I bought your outfit, and I bought my
Yeah.
outfit, and
All right. So why don't we just do this? Just because gold at this point isn't an enormous problem.
What?
I will say, from a gold perspective, give yourself. Let's see, because you sold the gold, you sold the gems, so we're gonna take back 1,000 gold.
and I had like 700 gold pieces, dude.
Right, and then take out from the 1,000 gold pieces that you took out of your current money, then you can give yourself back. I'm not sure if you bought anything besides the dresses and stuff like that. You bought what? Did you buy any
I
weapons
bought
or
an
anything?
entire outfit, and I spent a lot of money. I just don't remember how I spent it. I used to have 720 gold.
Don't worry, we'll all buy new pairs of pants.
720 back, because what you spent was probably out of the 1,000 that you got from selling those gems.
Yeah. So if we put you back at like 800 gold,
Okay.
would that
And
be
you've
okay?
got the 2 gems back.
Yeah, that would be fine, except can we make it platinum? Because that's a shitload.
Sure. Hey, give me some gold and give me some platinum. What are you gonna do?
Matt, I do have a bit more specific on the time.
Yeah,
Because I got it at the same time as I got a mushroom wooden wand and a spider silk pouch.
Okay.
Do you
we're
remember
getting
the golden room that I was taking chunks out of to sell?
Yes.
It was after that.
It was-
Okay.
Yeah, it was that mine area back on level 15.
Okay, yes, I found it.
Cool.
You found
I'm gonna
this
give away
spell
all 3 of
book.
these items.
You found a spell book, a spider silk pouch, and some mushrooms. Yes, I found it. You
Oh,
found
it was
this...
a mushroom wooden wand.
Yes,
That's what it was, exactly.
a Zirkwood wand. That's correct. You found it on the body of a drow, which you were... Remember, if you remember...
Oh,
you were
yeah, I remember him.
Searching around, and you saw him getting killed, and then
Yeah, it was
Halister
like an
basically
illusion.
told you, this is my work, go yeah. So, yeah, the spell book... now that you've given it to Elbauthin, you see that the spell book contains a whole bunch of spells. Like, spells that you probably can't cast, plus a few more that you probably also can't cast. But let me just check the spell block.
So unless...
Yeah,
There's
okay.
no first level spells in there.
I'm gonna check, and I'll tell you. Yeah, there are some first level spells. There's actually 4 of them.
I get to write them in, even though.
It will take you some gold and some time to do that, yeah.
I already need gold to do that.
That's how the spellbook works.
Yeah, to actually scribe spellbook to spellbook, you have to spend a certain amount in gold and time.
Well, how much gold does
It's
he
like
need?
on the materials
Like
to
10 gold per level
write
of
it
the
out.
spell or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And you take a bit of time, but since you trance, it should be simple.
Yeah, like you can do it on the next. You can do it on the next long rest because you have an extra 4 hours.
Exactly.
I
So
think
there
it's
are
like
4
10
spells.
gold and an hour per spell level.
Yes, that's exact. Wow, Sarah, it's like you read this stuff or something.
It's almost like she played wizard before or something.
I've never actually played a full wizard, but when there's
I'll give you the
Fair enough.
I'll give you the rules on how spellbook transcription works before
I
our
can get
next
'em.
session.
I can
But you can also look it up too. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But there are
can-
4 spells in there that you can. I mean, you could read a whole bunch of spells, but you can't understand them all. But the level
I can also scribe second level spells.
Oh, even better. If that's awesome. Then there are a whole bunch of spells that you can. There's 4 first level spells, and 5 second level spells.
Oh my god! What kind of spells are they?
Well, I will tell you what
They're all fireball.
Yeah. Fireball, 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 fireball. Fireball, fireball, fireball. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
A wizard of tastes.
All right, so here's what the spells are in this spell book. You see a spell called Mage Armor. Awesome spell.
Yay!
You see a spell, Magic Missile.
I cast
don't have
magic
that
missile
one.
into darkness.
I do have mage armor though.
Awesome. So you don't need to describe that one. Magic Missile is one of the 4. The third spell is called Fairy Fire.
Well, that's good.
Awesome
That's
spell
actually
to
good.
have.
That'd really help you. Sneak attack.
Fairy Fire?
If he doesn't already have sneak attack from like 5 other ways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Where's
fairy
Fairy
fire.
Fire
It highlights them.
It's a
It's
spread.
not a fire spell. It's a.
Yeah, let
It's
me
like a
let me
highlighter.
explain what Fairy Fire does. Basically, Fairy Fire, like Dylan said here, the way it works is that you put out your area of Fairy Fire, and anything, including friends, within that Fairy Fire area, is illuminated in purplish, glowing, mystic bullshit.
even if they are invisible.
That's correct.
And
And
even
it
if
gives
they
you
go
advantage.
invisible.
It gives you advantage on any attack roll on them.
Not just you, but anyone.
Everyone. That's right.
Like, don't cast it in an area that I'm standing in if I'm invisible, because then you fuck me up.
Right, exactly. So that's Fairy Fire. Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Then the 4th spell that's a level 1 spell is called Witch Bolt. Witch Bolt is basically, I liken it to basically Emperor Palpatine's lightning, because it's literally just concentrated like laser lightning on a single target.
I remember Kuro did that in Curse of Strahd long time ago. That was like.
So yeah, on a hit, it takes lightning damage, and then you use your concentration to sustain the lightning damage on a creature. That's Witch
It's
Bolt.
like a laser beam. It's continuous.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Wait, what spell is that? Witch Bolt?
Yeah,
Witch bolt.
Oh, Witch Bolt's terrible. It's an awful spell.
Oh, I disagree. But whatever. We can get into a
it
discussion
doesn't-
about that later.
It's really good.
Level 2 spells. Let me go through them quick because we have things to do. Level 2 spells. Darkness.
That's
Oh
good.
hey, that's my spell.
Absolutely. Levitate.
Ooh.
I mean,
It's a good spell. It's a good spell.
Qrevialur, I mean, Elbauthin can fly.
But he can
Yes,
cast it
but
on someone
levitate
else.
doesn't. Yeah, it can also be cast on non-creatures.
Correct.
which-
Third spell, Alter Self.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Alter
cool.
Self is very cool. You basically can just change your form.
You can get
Um,
killed.
Become a chameleon and go invisible.
Right. There's several different ways. You can do a search in the compendium for what it basically means. You can sort of adapt your body to make. You can have like create gills on your neck, so you can start to breathe water, or you can change your appearance to completely change the way you look. This is of course not permanent. It only lasts for an hour. And then natural weapons, which is the cool ass thing of Alter Self. You basically can grow claws, fangs, or spines, or horns, or something like that, and they can be used in combat. That's the
I
third
can't
of the
cast
fifth
second level
spell.
spells. I can only cast first level spells.
Oh,
I
okay.
can only cast
That's what I
first level
thought, but
spells.
maybe in a couple of levels of wizard. But okay, if that's the case, then I will not go on with second level spells. The first level spells you have, that's the biz.
Very
You can't
fire.
use them immediately, but
That's
you'll be
right.
able
You
to use
can-
them pretty soon.
On the next long rest, you'll have time to describe both of them.
I'll only ever be able to cast second level spells.
First level spells.
And second. Eventually.
Eventually.
Have I, by the way, have I finished something zero? I'm sorry to interrupt. Just
Yeah, let me give you Zero. Good point.
Cyril.
Zero's back, and let me actually, now that we have Zero, let me move you guys to the new combat map.
Why would you foreshadow it like that?
Because that's the way I like to do it.
Fair.
There we go.
But
There's our new
I
combat.
did also want to offer the wand to Elbauthin.
The wand, as you may or may not have guessed, Elbauthin, just from looking at it, is not innately magical. It is simply used as an arcane focus, which all wizards must use, either spell components or arcane focuses to cast their spells. In your case,
I use my rapier.
you
as
use your
my-
rapier as your arcane focus.
But I will take the wand.
I mean, I'm not going to use it. I use swords.
Thank you for the arcane focus wand.
You're welcome. And I never actually opened the silk spider pouch
Mhm.
because I was in a rush. So, I'd like to open it and see what's in it. Let's hope it's not just a bunch of spiders. Release a bunch of spiders. In her instant fortress, and now her instant fortress just. We need to get pest control in there now.
Okay, hold on. I will tell you what is in the spider pouch.
Okay, Kathy will hang out with them.
Yeah. Kathy is still alive, surprisingly. Like, after all the crap that you guys
Yeah,
have
we've
been
been keeping care of her. She's a
She's been,
lovely
she's,
spider.
she's been hanging out in my backpack.
in. She's awesome.
She spoke to me once. Maybe she'll do it again.
Maybe she will. All right, so what
I'm
is
so
in
glad we chose Kathy over the other options that we could
the
have gotten.
spider pouch? Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. The spider pouch has... I think I told you that there were some mushrooms inside.
Mushroom.
Just mushrooms?
Yep.
I mean,
Oh. Qrevialur gonna eat these and
They're
trip out for
they're
the
sort of
rest his
glowy. They're sort of glowing a little bit, like they're giving off some iridescence.
Acid.
Elbauthin, do you think these have any significance? And you'll like pull one out and like examine it. Do you think these have any significance? They don't look like normal mushrooms to me.
One.
I can't. Do I do a nature check, Matt?
So, I think you could either do a nature or arcana check, but neither one of those would determine if it is magical, what the nature of the magic is. You'd have to get something like a detect magic spell on it.
I'll cast detect
identify.
magic as a ritual.
Perfect. As a ritual, 10 minutes later, tick tock, tick tock, tick.
I mean, they were talking for 20 minutes,
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
Easily.
You determine that actually, surprisingly, these mushrooms can be used as, if you consume them, they would be consumed as an action, and they would have the magical properties of a potion of greater healing.
Holy
And there are
shoot.
3 of them.
What the?
Mushrooms heal you.
3 greater healing mushrooms. Nice.
mushroom will make you smarter.
Oh, what the? That was weird.
I give
Drakon.
Qrevialur the mushroom back.
Yeah, I don't know. My camera just went out.
That's
Matt,
good.
I hope your
I'm
Zoom
good.
isn't effed up now.
Nope,
Okay,
Zoom is
cool.
fine.
Cool.
I give Qrevialur his mushroom back. 10 minutes
Thank
later.
you.
10 minutes later. I give Qrevialur his mushroom back.
I just imagine like Albauthin's like, give me a second. He just
Well,
And Qrevialur's like, whatever. And he like goes and does something else.
Well, if we go to the east, we're bound to come across starving giants.
Yes, that's right. You did notice last time that when you, with your devil's sight, Talron, you looked through the corridors to the east, and you saw there were a whole bunch of these awful creatures that you remember from way, way above you, called Etin. Two-headed giants, but they were all emaciated and looking very hungry.
Yeah, so we were to come into their view, they're likely to want to eat us. Honestly, the only other pathway I can think of is we go west, which is back to that place where we woke up at.
Ask you something, Talron. You
Yes.
say that your patron wants you to destroy Monarch. Did he indicate that we needed to do that immediately? Or just that it needs to be done?
Unless we want the service to be in grave danger, I suggest we do it as soon as possible.
Do you think we're strong enough?
I mean, we've done the impossible.
So far, I've kept quiet about Monarch, haven't I?
You have.
Yeah,
That's good.
but
Dun dun dun!
if
Where's
there
that?
were,
Where's that?
It was
shock
my
amp
brother.
again?
I think I might have that sound effect.
but believe me, I would. If there were any other situation going on right now, I would have rather avoided such an ordeal. But here we are.
Here we go. I've got it. Sorry.
Excellent.
You know, my teacher told me that I can't see sounds, but I could definitely see that sound.
Yes, that's it. 100%.
Yeah, there you go, Alex.
Oh man, I love that. I love that goddamn sound. It's so good.
So, Talron,
Yeah.
maybe we should talk to Monarch before we try to kill him?
Monarch, you don't reason with it. It just consumes. It grows to the point where, well, consumes whether it's friendlies or its enemies. That's all it knows what to do. So unless you want to, I don't know, bring that thing up to the surface and have it destroy Waterdeep.
When you say that, all the other commoners who have been listening sort of intently are like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like the two dwarves are like, did you say consume Waterdeep?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not even the surface will be safe regardless. Unless we kill this creature.
Maybe for you it's kind of surprising, but for us it's like the third time.
Yeah.
True, this happens a lot to us.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we killed an ancient fish. That was
And
fun.
squid.
I mean,
There was multiple ancient things that we've killed.
well, I mean, we happen to have a
I wonder if we're destroying the natural balance of Undermountain.
balance and Undermountain.
The
Chaos can have a balance.
the older sort of nobleman who you rescued, and his erstwhile
And recognized,
bodyguard,
yeah.
who has essentially paid you, or has offered to pay you to bring him back to the surface, says, I've been quiet this whole time, and I appreciate all the interesting talk. I have no idea what any of it means, of course. I'd really, really enjoy just leaving this place, if at all possible.
Okay, if you want to push us, then why don't you tell us where to go? Do you know where to go to get back up to the surface?
I don't appreciate the tone.
I don't care. We're in a very stressful situation right now, and you want to push us further? I don't think you're in any position.
I think what my friend means to say is that none of us know the way out.
Joy.
So unless we can perhaps be lucky
To
to
back
find
in
a
your little tub if you like.
Or
He-
to this
he-
flowing river!
He
It looks lovely.
He just sort of crosses his arms and sits down and mutters something under his breath.
Listen,
So-
we'll try
I drop him
to
some
get you to the
chimera jerky.
surface. We're trying to get you to the surface.
It's
But
just
it's not as easy as just find the stairs. We're not in a location that's easy to get back up to the surface.
well, we are clearly in the double digits in terms of floors, which each floor is an hour long of stairs. So, and also following along the monsters that preside in each floor.
We're trying.
How about we
Don't
just
push
go?
us.
The sooner
We
we find us,
might know how to get them out.
the sooner we find us a portal to bring these civilians back up, the better.
I don't understand why would civilians be down here though.
Well, man.
That doesn't
Again,
Hit me right.
I mean, the mind flayers want to play a game with other people's minds.
Yes, but have we seen mind flayers outside this floor?
Talron, I agree with you. We should go kill Minok.
Elbauthin played chess with one. Oh, that's right. I think you missed that.
You play chess with a mind flayer?
I think you were there.
Was it
Not-
a hostile one? Because these ones were definitely hostile.
I have a feeling they're playing chess with one, which I don't know what they're talking about, to be honest. It probably wasn't hostile.
Didn't exactly call him
Exactly.
hostile, but I wouldn't
So I
exactly
don't
call him
think-
friendly either.
I don't think they associated with these because I don't know, last time I was in Watch Deep I didn't find any mind flayers wandering around kidnapping people.
Well, maybe they just do so secretly.
You'd be
I mean,
surprised at what I see.
What
it's
do you see?
Waterdeep. People disappear all the time.
I'm aware. I've been them.
Ezria turns to all of you and says, I appreciate your amusing and comforting banter. Banter?
Banter.
That's the
Um,
word, yes.
But sitting here until these
We have to
creatures
make a
find
plan.
us-
And that's why we're talking.
So we go west.
So we
You don't
go
have
to
to
the
interrupt him, Qrevialur.
Yes, I do.
Would
Because
anybody else
Just going
besides
to say
mind
the
flayers
same thing.
worship Minok?
Now that we're aware of.
That's a good question, Elbauthin. You haven't heard of anything worshipping Minok. Even Extrematon himself, or itself, didn't profess to worship Minok. It simply stated that he was a greater being than, physically, than Extrematon. So worship, perhaps not.
I'm
Right,
just
so-
trying to put two and two together, Matt. You know, Minok's sprawled in blood on top
Yeah.
of the. You know, like.
Alright. So for anyone that's trying to follow us to get out of here, stay behind us. Don't try to act like a hero. Don't do anything stupid. You find something that seems dangerous, suspicious or whatever, you tell us first and we'll handle it. Otherwise, you do anything stupid, we can't guarantee your safety.
But we're gonna
Alright.
go kill Minok first, right?
well, we're going
Like
to hope
that.
that the gate is behind Minok because if there's any way we can get up to the, I mean, I'm gonna try. How do you say his name again? The Gith Zeri that's with us.
Ezria.
Ezria. Unless Ezria knows where the gate is to the Githyanki's.
I do. That is where I came
Well, then
from.
maybe we should go to them first and compromise with them to drop off these civilians until we can give them a more permanent solution. Because
I mean-
I don't. Let me word
The
this
civilians.
We could actually use the Githyanki in a fight against Minok.
correctly. That would also
That-
help, yes.
I mean, that would
That's
definitely
what I was
help.
going to say.
That would
So-
definitely help, yeah.
Where is this gate then?
It is within the Githyanki strong. No, cohort.
On this level?
Yes.
Where is that stronghold then?
You said it
is
was
to the west. Yes.
To the
Yeah,
west?
the west.
Very well.
So there was a doorway to the west when we were in that room we were trapped in.
Yes, that is correct. I do not know what lies beyond it because I was able to come in through a different way. But considering the
And
noises
did I
that we
get
heard,
stopped?
I am sorry?
That's out of game. I thought I opened that door. Did I get stopped from opening that door?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
I don't believe you
Okay.
actually opened it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry.
There
Well-
are Githyanki there, right? In the stronghold?
No, this place is all the Mind Flayer colony.
Okay, so... The gate is in a stronghold? No, yes?
Yes.
On this floor?
Yes.
Okay.
And the stronghold is to the west.
Yes.
And
the
there are no Githyanki on this side of the gate?
That I am aware of, no.
Then where are the Githyanki on this floor?
I
don't
am
think there are
confused.
any
I am sorry that maybe
I'm
there
trying
is
to find
language
a
problems.
way
Let's
to
just
get a better idea
Well-
of exactly where they are instead of just
let's just
west.
assume that everywhere we go, there's gonna be hostiles.
We know
Let-
that much.
Let me draw a map, perhaps.
Oh, that helps.
And he sort of steps out and draws. And I'm going to do a really crappy job of drawing a map, but this will be
That's
fun.
fine.
Hey, we got the judge.
Yeah, let me actually see what this level kind of looks like, so you can discern how crappy a map it really is. Okay.
You're doing this. I'm just trying to clarify because this is out of game, but maybe I missed something. He was sent here to speak to Githyanki. He hasn't done that, but he doesn't know if there's any here for him to speak to.
No, that's not correct. So
far
He
as-
went to the
Oh.
Githyanki, he tried to speak with them, they were hostile.
That's right.
He escaped
That's
to
right.
this level.
That's correct.
Oh, they are on the 16th level on the floating moon.
Above, like in the floor
Yeah.
above, which
They
is
are
and on this
now
level,
I got you.
wherever
So-
level this is.
They are on this level. He just doesn't know where.
Oh, I
He
didn't realize that was
does
the moon
know.
and this level was the
This is
same.
like-
Oh,
who's on
he
first?
just he just
I
said he didn't when I asked where they were.
No.
I still.
He does know where they are.
Okay.
He certainly
Alright.
does.
Because you said on this level.
Correct.
Okay.
It's
The
just.
moon is
also-
not technically on this level. I
I
don't
still-
know.
Also what's his butt Extremiton asked us or asked Kraw, Ferros at least, to speak to the Githyanki who were trying to break into his abode. So
Correct.
that would intimate that there are some on this level somewhere.
That is correct. Oh, we're all getting it now. We're all
All right.
figuring it out. All right, so here's what he's going to do now that I've zoomed out so the people in chat could see the entire map, gasping,
Wow.
most likely,
Lucky bastard.
seeing what the hell is going to happen. But hey, let's just draw the map so that you guys can sort of see a miniature version of what the hell this map kind of looks like. So, basically,
Where are you drawing this map?
I'm drawing it right here. Look at that.
on
See?
the main screen?
On the main screen.
Wow.
Where?
On the Slayer. Didn't you just see I drew it in purple?
No, I see nothing.
Right over
No.
here. You know what I'm saying?
Not on any layer.
What layer?
All I
Okay.
see is our opening screen with
Yeah.
Halaster's base and our icon.
Oh, that's why, because
Yeah.
you guys aren't even on the map. I'm sorry.
There you
We've
go.
been on the wrong.
I
thing
knew
the
it.
entire
I
time.
knew it. There we go. There you guys are. There we go.
Oh,
Shifting
thank
us.
you.
I was like, why? I just
Thank
did. So, okay, so here we
Okay.
go. That was an easy fix. So here's what I was like, why are you guys not seeing what I'm seeing? Can you see the map? I'm like, yeah, I'll show you the map when I'm ready. Jerkweeds. All right, here we go. So here's the map. Here's what it looks like. I was like, why is he not able to? There's Zeril. What's up, Zeril? All right, so
Zeril.
here's the deal. Basically, and he draws this really, really badly. He says, over here is the Githyanki colony. There are two passages here and here, both of which come and are blocked by these doors, these massive, as they are known, Qualith door locks, which can only be opened by creatures with illithid features, tentacles. And we are in this room here. This room branches out to two rooms with what they put you in the pods, yes? These things. So there are two ways of going back to the west. There is going up
We need an
through
intense
this,
map making music.
or through the south exit.
How did you get through those special illithid doors?
I waited until a illithid patrol and their orogs were unaware, and then I snuck right past them.
Gotcha.
But
There we
of
go.
course,
I was
I
able to
also
hear a bit
saw
for a little bit.
this creature that your compatriot Talron was speaking about.
Monarch.
Yes, it was restrained by giant magical gates in this place here. He draws a giant X on the southern of the two sort of caverns. Now,
Okay.
however, I do not know.
Did he draw an X where we are?
No, you guys are here. In fact, I'll draw it in a different color.
So we have to go south and then west.
If
To
you
get to
decide that you
Minak.
wish to destroy Minak,
Then
to
we would
the
have to go
south and the west. If
Without
you wish to
Githzerai,
avoid
without
Minak,
Githzerai.
to the north and the west.
And to the north and the west will take us to the Githyanki, or no?
I believe so. I was not aware, but I saw a corridor which the mind flayers and other strange creatures I did not know. My people know of them, but we have strange names for them. It is not important. They reside in the northern corridors, the northern caverns.
So unless we want to avoid attacking Monarch right now, we have to go north and to the west.
That is correct, yes.
All right, then. Let's...
And
Even
that's
there's still even a chance of Monarch is there, though.
That is also a possibility, yes. And then he hastily scratches out the map, since you guys seem to know what you're doing.
Well, we happen to know... Okay. Well,
And we should probably be on our way.
I agree. For now, though, let's just avoid going east.
Are we gonna avoid the Githyanki entirely?
We're going to the Githyanki first.
So we want to go
Okay.
north and west.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Isn't that north from here? 'Cause
Why don't
were-
we all get out of the fortress?
Yes,
Yeah.
That
please.
way it can be
Everyone-
closed.
Everyone out of my house.
Now, I don't really know what the hour is currently, but for now, we all should stick to Ferros, at least.
The hour seems to be morning, right? If you guys are all going by your own internal clocks. It's probably around 8:30.
Yeah, because the hour, as far as I'm aware, the thing happens at 11.
Seems to be the case.
Right, so...
Elbauthin, do you wish to lead?
Sure. So we'll go
Please
south.
scout ahead, I'd very much appreciate it.
We're going north.
Oh.
Are we going north first or west first?
Oh, good question.
I mean, I would like to go northwest, but...
Yes, but we can either choose north or west right now. We have both options.
We should just head west.
No, let's
I
go
agree.
north and then west.
Alright, then.
Alright.
Okay, so you guys skip over this wooden bridge.
Oh, it's wooden.
It is wooden.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks.
Is this place
God.
like different materials entirely?
It's mostly just sort of a dark gray stone, slick with condensation, and some kind of slimy sort
No
of
running near the pools.
resin.
Elbauthin sees everything, including minor details.
Elbauthin, you do notice with your vision that you're able to spot across the way, you've got a door over here in this little alcove. And, yeah, that's what you see.
Nothing over here.
As you pass by there, you also see a door over here to your left.
I listen on that door.
Okay. The door is ice cold. It is absolutely probably the coldest stone door you have ever encountered. It's made of a very sort of odd, very, very slick stone. And what's interesting about this particular door, as opposed to all the other doors that you've encountered within Undermountain, is that upon that door, there is a strange-looking, sort of dark, braille form of writing, in a language you don't recognize. And also, there are, it's kind of hard to describe because this writing seems like it sort of sticks out rather than being indented into the actual surface of the stone.
Do I happen to know what it reads?
I can actually read it.
Well, I mean, I can read it freely.
Okay. You
Because-
can make an intelligence check.
Me?
Whoever wants to try to read it.
Even with my special eyes?
I can
Yes,
cast
even with
a
your special
spell.
eyes.
I can cast
Because
a spell?
Yeah, because I thought that... But I thought
It's
my
not-
invocation makes...
Right, it's not writing in the same concept of what you understand it to be.
I can't comprehend languages on that?
It's not a language.
So, intelligence check, right?
Needs code.
Oh my god.
Oh.
You have no idea. This is just baffling to you, Talron. Same
Oh
thing
my
for
God.
you.
Damn, me and Ferros are like
Both
mind
of you,
blown.
as you stare at this,
God.
you get this enormous crushing headache.
Oh my god.
And I want
Jesus, 2 nat ones.
I would like both of you to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh no.
Me too, since I also tried.
Yes.
We are within Ferros's thing.
+3, yeah.
Ooh.
Plus 3.
I got my good one this time, of course.
19.
Okay. You feel like looking at this is about to make you go absolutely apeshit crazy, Elbauthin. But then you feel the guiding, caring influence of Ferros, and it shakes you out of it. The rest of you guys just feel this enormous headache, but you're okay.
When you say intelligence check, can I try Arcana or just a straight intelligence?
Intelligence, please.
Alright. Nice.
Oh my. Why is everyone rolling never natural ones?
Ones.
Same thing for you, Ferros. You're just looking at this thing, and the letters almost like seem to sort of shift, as if they're sort of swirling for a second. It just gives you this. It's like if you stare at one of those puzzles where you have to like stare at it for too long, and then you see the sort of swirling patterns after you look away. Except this time it gave you just this immense headache.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know what?
let's-
These doors.
Let's go. Wait,
Open that.
we have to go through that door.
Can we just
It's
go
the
any
only way
other?
west.
No,
Yeah,
we
but-
could go south and west again.
Or is there anywhere from the north to go west?
Okay.
It seems like the north is a dead end.
Okay. So actually, I fucked up. I didn't look at the fine print. The fine print says that if you have comprehend languages, it will work.
Oh, so
Oh,
let
so
me,
even my
let
thing?
me cast
Didn't-
comprehend languages as a ritual.
Okay. It doesn't
Wait,
say
so-
for yours though, Talron. Yours
Isn't
is
that the
not
same
comprehend.
No.
No, it's not.
It is not the same thing.
Because yours isn't magical.
No,
Yes,
his
it
is
is.
magical. It's an
Oh, is
yes,
it?
it's an
Oh,
invocation,
fair
which is magical. but it
Guys,
is
give
not-
me 10 minutes.
To be the same thing, it would have to say you are always comprehending languages via the
Right.
comprehend
10
language spell.
minutes later.
10 minutes later, you are able to discern, essentially, that this is an inscription. It's not a language per se. It's kind of like a keypad in a Mind Flayer sense, if you understand what I'm trying to get at.
It's an inscription.
Basically,
Sort of like a keypad.
if you run your fingers in the same way that a Mind Flayer might run its tentacles in a certain way around these inscriptions, it would open the door.
Okay, so I listen first with the perception check that I already...
You hear nothing.
Okay, so I run my fingers in the way that a mind flayer would.
Okay.
You guys see me doing this weird dance with my fingers.
Not the first time.
What are you
At
doing?
least he has pants on.
Ezria and the other 5 sort of line up outside the door. The 2 dwarves look at you like, "What's going on? Should we go wait? Should we hang back?"
No.
Stay where you are.
Right.
You're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Ezria sort of steps up around them. These 2 guys, the rather effete looking noble and his bodyguards stay way back. They're like, haha, you go ahead and do the thing. Yes.
Does the door open?
The door with a psst and a puff of what you assume to be air. It slides up and unlocks as it does so. And what you see inside, and you guys don't have to freak out as soon as I show you, but inside you do see this.
Oh boy.
Okay, so here's what you see. You see inside clearly 2 illithids and a Grimlock. The Grimlock is looking very strange. He's got this sort of like dazed look on his face, or its face, if you want to speak of it like that. He's slumped in a stone chair. That is, it faces the door. The illithids, one of them stands behind this Grimlock, and it literally has its tentacles on the Grimlock's head, and you just see, like, rivulets of blood coming out of the Grimlock's completely comatose, eyes roll back head. And it is clear that this illithid is just eating this thing's brain. He's just eating it and loving every second of it.
Close! Elbauthin, close the goddamn door!
Well,
I put my ear to the door and I didn't hear that.
you heard
I mean,
nothing. You heard
it was a 22
nothing.
perception.
It's a fake door!
Well, I'll explain to you in a second. The other Mind Flayer has been watching. He's sitting in a chair and he's got his hand on his tentacles, just watching it like it's a spectator sport. And he's just like, he's just loving every second of it. Neither one of them have noticed you yet.
I have a really good idea. I have a quick idea.
Close the door. Close the door.
Okay.
No. Okay.
And Elbauthin closes the door.
Well, I think that's enough brain fuckery for one day that I would like to see.
Yeah, let's go south.
We could have easily figured out information from those two. I mean, okay.
Hell no.
We should.
We should.
I agree with Qrevialur.
The dwarves come back at you and say, so what was that? What's going on?
Okay, so I walk over. I walk over to. Ferros.
It was something that would scar you for life.
I walk over to Ferros and I go, look, I'm gonna stay stealthed. You do this movement with your fingers, and the door will open for you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, it didn't seem like they even noticed you, Elbauthin. I think you could stealth just fine with...
I don't know what your idea is, Qrevialur, but I'm gonna let you do it.
Well, we just need one dead and the other alive.
But, like...
Okay, so then, Qrevialur, you come up to the door. You're gonna rush in and kill one.
Qrevialur, like, isn't even gonna try, though. He's just like... Okay.
It doesn't work. Qrevialur, you run your fingers over the thing. It's clearly not in the same fashion that Elbauthin is showing him.
Yeah.
I'm doing it, man.
Oh, you're doing it. Okay, Elbauthin.
Oh, you're doing it.
Elbauthin
okay.
runs his fingers in a sort of braille-like fashion over the door, and the door, again with a hiss,
You know, I'm surprised
opens again.
How did the Mind Flayers not notice?
So that's the thing, is that with the door opening the second time, kind of like the second one, this Mind Flayer, who has been sort of watching the whole time in a very sort of voyeur-like fashion, its head just sort of slowly pivots, like...
Could have just fireballed that stupid room
and
when we opened the door
stands
the first
up,
time.
completely surprised, and if you guys want to attack, I'll give you a surprise round. If not, that's your choice, because if not, then we're going to go into initiative.
Y'all just want me to fireball him?
Qrevialur said he's gonna attack, so I imagine we all attack it.
So
Don't kill both. Kill one.
So
Give you 5 seconds to start.
Do it.
Kill the one
I
that's
guess
not eating?
I'm attacking first, I guess.
Okay,
All right.
if you're attacking
Alright.
first, that's fine. Everybody
Do it.
gets one action in a surprise round. So, what are you doing?
Well, Qrevialur's gonna... I mean, do I still get, like, movement and stuff?
In a surprise round, yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. So I'm just gonna fucking jump him.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And, start slashing away.
Okay.
1, 2...
Everybody jumps in the room like...
You guys are all killing my potential lines of attack here.
Oops.
Well, we don't want you to fireball them, because then you'll kill them.
I'm not. I have plenty of. I'm gonna have to borrow Talron's space. That's fine. I'll take it.
I'm so
And
sorry.
booming blade. No, green flame blade.
Okay.
Holy
It's a lot.
He
It's a
just
lot.
dies. He just dies.
So with a crit of a, I want to chat to see that 31 crit, and the amount of damage that he does is a lot. So let's see, that's 57 damage.
Oh, he's dead.
57 plus 18. That's 60 plus another. He's close to dead, but he's not dead.
It's 107.
Yeah, he's not dead, but
Even
big
with crit
hit.
damage?
Well, even with my hits.
Well, let's see.
Dude, it's 107 hit points that I just took from him, and he's not dead.
That's correct. So,
not a low level
however, let me just check something here. Drakon's first hits do 18, and then 16, and then 12. So yeah, actually, with the first hits from Drakon, then that 107 hit, that big giant green flame blade hit, just you end him with that one. So this one is totally dead.
Oh yeah, we fucked him up.
Can I describe how I end him, Matt?
Please do, sir. Elbauthin, the Mind Flayer Slayer.
Flayer Slayer.
Flayer Slayer.
I stab him in the brain.
Oh. Foul move, but yes. Okay, I'm with you there.
Sort of insightfully. You know, I
This
know
goes
already.
here.
Well, like, he, like, knows how the skull is shaped, so he goes through the eye
Absolutely.
into the brain.
Very,
'Cause
very,
that's easier.
like an artist. Just.
And then I just slowly slide it out.
I didn't even get
Samurai
the
style.
I didn't even get
Now,
the...
does the other Mind Flayer notice?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Can I say something then?
Sure. As a free action, go ahead.
All right. I'll say, surrender and we'll spare you.
Make an intimidation check, since you still have your bonus action.
Not even with advantage. Okay.
We did just kill his...
In
Just get...
15. Oh man, that would have been awesome with advantage, but
Yeah, you should, because
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense with advantage. It's
I'm
not
gonna
like I
make
just
him
ran
do-
in the room.
I mean, what if I like aim my blade like right up to his neck?
Yeah, sure. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna give you that one. The Mind Flayer basically just like it unclamps its tentacles. The Grimlock literally just goes, falls down, totally dead. I mean, this thing had nothing left of it. And the Mind Flayer just sort of slowly levitates against the back wall, its hands out, and its Mind Flayer tentacles just going.
I still got my great sword like
Okay.
aimed right up to its neck.
Okay. The two dwarves sort of peek their head in the room with Ezria, Scooby-Doo style, with Zeril sort of as the top head of the Scooby-Doo, right? It's just like boom, 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 boom. And
I'm just imagining the Mind Flayer's mind like, oh god, there's more.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. He's like, and in your minds, you hear that awful sort of Mind Flayer voice again, which, yeah, it sounds pretty fucked up, but it says, I have nothing. Please spare my life.
You have information. That's what we're here for.
Let me actually put the voice changer on.
Information. What information could you possibly have that you would need from me?
I'm glad you corrected yourself. Do you know where the Githyanki are reaching this level from?
They assault us from the west.
From the west? Do you have any more specific than just from the west?
They are beyond the western gates.
Where
Is
exactly?
Western Gate guarded?
Of course it is guarded. It is guarded by our foremost forces. Why? Are you part of the vanguard of the Githyanki? Have they resorted to mercenaries?
No, we're just here because we needed to kill your, what was his name?
What
What was the big Mind Flayer's name again, Ferros?
Where's Monarch?
Eternatus?
Anak.
Anak, yes, we killed Anak, so,
No, we killed Aeternatus.
No,
we
we
need to
killed-
kill Monarch. We killed Exterminatus.
Exterminate.
Eternatus.
Extrematon, man.
Extrematon. There we go. Yes. I like Kelric for just having this conversation in front of the mind.
Yeah, the
Flayer.
Mind Flayer is just like looking back and forth, like Extrematon. Who is this? I don't even know if there's a Mind Flayer named Extrematon. Like,
The Ulathard.
okay. Eventually, when you guys do come to say the name Extrematon, the Mind Flayer itself is absolutely probably unconvinced that you've killed Extrematon, and so he says,
You have not destroyed Extrematon. He is resting in his chambers across the way. Whoa.
Oh, then we can go check on him.
Stuck my rapier through
How
his
about you
brain.
take us
Oh
Just
my
like I
God.
stuck my rapier through your friend's brain.
What?
It's the same thing.
You have
Let's go check on him then. Yes.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on. Let's
Come
go.
on, then.
We can prove it to you. If you really don't believe us, I mean, if you like seeing your best friend's corpses, we can show you them. That's fine.
you.
It's kind of cool. It's really cool.
I mean, he doesn't believe us.
We
What else are we
literally-
supposed to do? Just say it
we-
again?
We literally just got out of Ultra Deep. Do you not see these tube arms? Like these holes?
Oh, you have come from Ultra Deep. That makes all the sense, of course.
Yeah. You're.
There's only one way out of Ultra Deep, and that's by killing. I'm not gonna say his name again because I don't remember how.
Extrematon, man.
Extrematon. Thank you.
the Mind Flayer comes to realize the truth of your statements and has said that you have said, and he says,
Then it is true. My brethren did not think that Extrematon could ever be felled, but now it seems that this is the case.
Well, we tried to talk to him, but he
I only
refused to
had
listen.
I only had to strike him twice.
What do
I
you
mean-
wish of me?
Give us.
We need to know details and information on Minak. He's next.
And then we'll spare you. Or we could just not. Up to you.
You will destroy Minog.
Yeah.
Do you not see how we just slayed your brother in with ease?
Minog is a creature of...
We've destroyed many things.
I'm gonna step out of there. Ferros can't stand this shit.
If you wish to end your lives, please by all means do so.
That's what they told us when we came into Undermountain, yet we're still alive. After... What floor is this? Do you know which floor this is of Undermountain?
Could you please give me information on Minak? All I want to know is what power he has and what power he uses so we can plan a strategy to destroy Minak. Who knows? Maybe it'll only take 2 hits to kill him too.
Minog is a creature that defies power and size. His speed is immense, his strength is immense, his desire to consume all life is unending.
Have you ever seen him kill anybody?
Yes,
What powers does he use to kill people with on
Or does he
an
just
average?
simply?
he consumes them, he reaches out with his great tentacles and reels them into his gaping maw.
Do you know if he has a weak spot?
I just laughed. I just laughed.
Weak spot.
He obviously doesn't know if he has a weak spot.
I guess you would have overtaken him if you knew.
Do you want Minak dead?
No. Why would I want our greatest to fall?
Well, kept him prisoner.
It seems that some other mind flayers wanted Minak dead. Can I roll deception on that?
I guess we came into the middle of a mutiny.
Yay! Let me see if this works. Hold on. This is plus 12.
That's my intimidation modifier.
20.
Oh! We both got natural 20s on the second roll. This is what we get after all those nat 1s earlier.
Extrematon wasn't very fond of Minak.
Well, then it serves him
As
right
he was-
that
as
he
he
is
was-
destroyed.
As he was dying, he said that there were many mind flayers that wished Minak dead.
Minok right now.
Minok, with Extremiton's death, it is most likely that Minok is loose here in the caverns.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he's loose?
Yeah,
That
we
is
already knew
correct.
this, Talron.
Were you keeping him captive? Was that Extremiton?
Extremiton's force of will.
Wait, so you're saying without Extremiton, he's just... Oh.
So you're saying we set him loose? Oh, okay. So let me ask you a question. If Minok was to come by here, just stroll by, would he eat you too?
I'm pretty sure he would eat everybody.
Most likely. And if he did, it would be a wonderful demise that I would
Great honor.
achieve.
Yeah, I got it. Great honor.
Zeke just rolls her eyes and leaves the room.
Zeke, do
More
me a favor.
zealots.
Zeke,
Yeah.
Zeke,
Yeah.
can you and Fast go check the room on the opposite end of the river? Because apparently that's where Minok's corpse is. Maybe we could find something on him. Probably stuff in his room of use too.
You mean Extremiton's corpse?
Externatus.
Elbauthin, show me that hand thing again.
Eternatus.
It starts like this. You go this way. You go down. You
Okay.
use your middle finger in a strange fashion.
Okay.
This way.
This
And
way.
this way.
Like
Okay.
while they're describing it, Krevin's gonna look at the mind flayer and be like, "Why do you have such strange doors? Why don't you just use
Alright.
regular doors?"
It's gonna be like, hey, I can't deal with them anymore, but apparently Minok is in the room across the hall. Want to come with me while I check it
And
out?
Minok's in the other room? I'm gonna have to wait
Not
for the
Minok,
others.
sorry,
Extremiton.
Extremiton.
I don't understand how
I'm
the
sorry.
it's not like they sound the same either. It's like
Qrevialur is in.
Externatus.
Qrevialur is in.
Sorry.
When I'm playing as Qrevialur, I'm intentionally messing up.
good job.
I know the difference.
You're messing
I know
everybody
the
else up too.
names.
It's great.
That one was actually an accident. I used to
Yeah.
do it on purpose, but then Qrevialur started doing it too, and we didn't need to.
I'm doing it on purpose. Just
Alright.
wait till I start incorporating names from the other
Do
levels.
your
Oh,
hand
God.
thing, Zeke. Do the
Alright.
hand thing.
Does this door have the same kind of lock on it?
It does, yes.
Then I'm gonna mimic everything Elbauthin showed me.
Okay.
Down.
I have a feeling it's different.
Up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start. Yep, that's right. Yep. Mhm.
And Macarena.
Does it work?
It does. And the door does, in fact, open. And with a hiss of air, it slides up into the ceiling and shows you a crystalline throne. And on it, a six-tentacled illithid, dressed in flowing robes, limp and unmoving. The throne sits upon a base of black, alien metal veined with copper wires that snake into the floor, channeling power that hums and thrums. Your brain, your very brain, tickles. Now, behind the illithid,
Brains have nerves. How are they gonna do it?
who knew? Behind the illithid stretches a screen made of crystals. And when you look at the crystals, you see the flickering lights in a sort of a static pattern. Black and white squares that play across the crystals in this semicircle. An endless snow of white noise.
I am absolutely going through his pockets.
Okay.
I look at the mind flayer.
Yeah.
The one in front of me, and I go walk. You're coming with us to Minok's to
Extremiton!
Extremiton's chamber.
Wow, we're gonna bring him over there? I mean, that's fine.
The mind flayer stands up, sighs, and starts to float across the floor.
I'm just keeping my blade on him.
As he does so, he sees Ezria. And Ezria reviling this creature, sort of balls up his fists. And the mind flayer looks at Ezria and back at you, Elbauthin, and says,
See, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, hold your fist.
You are puppets of the Githzerai and the Githyanki.
No, we're not.
Yes, indeed you are. This creature is no more than your willing slave.
I'm gonna interrupt him by hitting him in the face.
okay.
One
You
side of my sword.
punch him in the face with your sword. You have advantage.
Cool. I'm just gonna basically say, "Shut up, you!"
And one of his tentacles actually gets slashed off in the ensuing hit, so it just and lands on the floor. And now he only has 5 tentacles.
Never mind the Githyanki, Githra. Just go to the Extremiton's chamber, please.
He floats and sort of gives a wry look at Ezria. Ezria just balls up his fists, grinds his teeth, says nothing.
Curly's gonna put his hand on Ezria's shoulder and say, "It's a hostage, please. Please keep it alive. It's useful for information. Please. I understand your hatred. I want to kill it too. But the information it can provide is more important than its corpse."
It floats over too.
Anything good in his pockets?
I'm going to tell you what's in his pockets, because there's some cool stuff in Mind Flayer pockets, especially cool-ass boss Mind Flayer pockets. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, jeez. Kraw's having to go AFK for a bit.
No problem. Here we go. All right, what's it got? Let's play. What's it got in its pockets?
Spin the wheel of pocket loot.
Okay, here we go. I would like you, Zeke, since you're doing the searching, to go ahead and roll a d12.
Big money. Or
A 4. In the Mind Flayer's pocket. Ooh, that's kind of cool. You find a... Interesting. Ooh, that's kind of cool. You find a map. And instead of nations or continents on this map, it just lists thousands and thousands of dots labeled with names and connected by multiple lines. These names mean absolutely nothing to you. Some of them are names seemingly of just strange origin, but you don't understand what any of them mean.
I can.
Well, they are written
well.
in common, but the names themselves mean nothing to you.
Oh.
what happens if I touch one of the names?
Nothing happens.
Is anything moving, or is it all like...
It's all static. Roll one more time on a d12.
Okay.
Because it has 2 pockets.
Okay, 11.
An 11. Okay. Oh, that's kind of neat. In its other pocket, you find a sort of strange, oddly shaped decanter.
Endless wine. Endless wine.
I'm gonna open it up and look inside.
Okay. As soon as you open it, you smell salty brine.
Brains.
Brain juice.
I'd tip a little bit over and see what comes out.
This sort of pinkish fluid comes out.
Brain juice.
It's pink lemonade juice.
You get Pyron's disease from drinking that stuff, Zeke.
What? I don't even know what the hell that is.
It's an actual thing.
I'm gonna cork it up and put it away for later with a note that I need Elbauthin to identify it for me when we have some downtime.
It's a rare disease that affects people who eat brains. Anyway,
Good to know.
I
I should probably check it off my to-do list then.
I look at
what's your
Elbauthin.
name, Mind Flayer? What is your name? What is your name?
Let's find
Was
out.
Bob.
Let's see. Shall we figure out a good Mind Flayer name? Bob is not a good Mind Flayer name. It's usually with like Z's and X's and all kinds of like strange. I'm gonna ask chat. Let's see. We've got 4 viewers in chat. Chat, go ahead and name this Mind Flayer. I won't even take points from slice and dice points. Let's think of a good name.
Something like you wouldn't understand. Just call me Bob.
You can call me Al.
It's Black Sheep or short or Bob for short.
Oreo.
Oreo. Oreo the Mind Flayer? No. There's like a whole bunch of like different lore names for Mind Flayers, but I'm gonna go with the whole like. Oh, that's a good one, Iron Wolf. I like that a lot. Zetharak.
Ooh.
Okay, Zetharak, why don't you
This
help
is my new
Zeke
Nerf Theos.
over there? Zeke, whatever it is that you need answered, ask Zetharak.
And be like, all right, cool. What's this? I'm gonna hold up the map.
Zetharak floats over to you and says,
Ah, yes. The map of the realms.
Of the realm.
Of the realms.
What realms?
Why, the realms of existence, of course.
Oh.
All of these are worlds. Worlds in which we Illithid have begun to spread.
Okay. That's concerning.
Give me a reason why.
And what about this? And I hold up the decanter.
He looks at it and sort of like his tentacles, the remaining 5, sort of come over to you, sort of, and
Okay.
almost sort of like they're sniffing in a way. And he smells it. His eyes widen, and he almost sort of hungrily sort of grasps at the decanter a little bit.
Get way out of the way. What is it?
It is a delicacy. It is fermented brain juice.
Told you.
Is that like alcohol?
I do not know of this alcohol.
You
What
don't go
is
out.
alcohol?
Like ale or mead or whiskey? Those
Brain-
are all fermented.
Brain-killing juice.
Why would I wish to kill a brain? They are so delicious.
I'm gonna kind of like uncork it and like sniff at it again. Look.
No, don't do it. It'll give you Kuru's disease. Don't do
I'm
that.
taking a tiny little sip.
Wait,
of
it'll
Okay.
give you
the
Kuro's
fermented
disease? I
grain
like
juice.
Kuro? I'll
Zeke-
drink all!
Zeke, make a Constitution saving throw,
Type,
please.
Alright.
the type of prion disease.
I know, I was making a joke because one of our mods
next
is named
to-
Kuro. And
That
I'm
is-
very-
Plus 3.
Plus
I'm
3,
next to
16.
Ferros, so
That's
it's plus 3. So it's
16.
Okay. The DC is 16. So you
Oh! Nice.
you are able to sip it. It tastes awful. It tastes warm. You feel maybe a couple of chunks go down your throat as you take this tiny little sip of whatever's in there, and you immediately are like, oh, this is the worst decision ever. And just it all just comes out. And as it comes out,
Vomits a little bit in his mouth. He's like,
yeah, for real, Zethrak.
I tried to...
Like before you do Talron, Zethrak, like he like floats down to the floor and starts licking, like lapping it up.
Oh my god! Can't just kill him!
And
I'm-
as
No.
he does so, it tastes so bad that Iron Wolf redeems a wild magic surge.
God damn it.
So Zeke, go ahead and roll a
2D100.
D100, please. 2Ds, yes, 2D100s, and let's see which one you
Oh,
choose.
it tastes so...
22 and a 73.
Okay,
It tastes so bad wild magic happened.
for real. All right, here we go. Wild magic.
Times you don't control your magic, Zeke!
It's all right.
Jeez.
It happens.
Wasn't me, it was the
I know,
brain
it's a
juice.
joke, it's a joke.
Here's 22.
Don't take me seriously.
22 is that. And what was the
I'm
other
sure.
one? 73?
Probably
This actually is interesting. I think you'll probably
Just
take the
gonna block the
72.
door.
See, that's 73.
Random creature
Oh.
within 60 feet. I'm not going with random because I want to poison one of our friends, so yeah, I'll take the tree.
Okay. So as you spit on the ground, you suddenly see like from where you spat, and as this as the mind flayer sort of comes down to lap it up, this immediately just like roots and branches just immediately sprout from where you spat. And just and it's so enormous.
there.
It branches out into the ceiling of the room and just stays there, sort of semi-cracked.
How the hell did you do that? It's
Right
a
here.
brain... It's a brain tree!
It's a brain tree.
Zeke, may I?
I mean, I'm gonna have to hold it, but like, sure, tilt your head back, man, have fun.
Krevin's gonna take a bit of it. He's gonna take a swig.
I'll pour
Okie
it
dokie.
down.
What is wrong with you people?
Okay. Make it.
Qrevialur needs some good alcohol right now.
This-
And if it tastes really bad, it'll relieve a bit of stress because it'll be focused on his taste buds.
But what if it's...
Sure. Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is not alcohol.
Okay. Hey, you guys do what you do. That's cool. Make a Constitution saving throw, please. Qrevialur.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay, you're.
I mean, I have the bonus because I would have to move to Zeke.
Yes, that's true. Okay. Yeah, that you. Okay, so with the extra 3, that's 17. Yeah, it tastes. It doesn't taste like alcohol. That's for sure. It tastes just like. It tastes like warm sour milk to you, essentially.
Good, I swallowed.
Salty. Oh boy. Okay.
Give some of it to the Elbauthin guy.
We just
Yeah.
can't just
Do you want some? It's good.
Yeah, the Illithid kind of like looks over at you, and its tentacles remaining on its face, just sort of. He doesn't make any kind of vocal acknowledgement as to whether he wants it or not, but you can tell, even without an insight check, that he kind of wants it, like real bad.
I look like I'm ready to swing.
Like, do we think Manak would like this?
Probably.
I just look like I look like
Why
I'm
don't
like
you at
ready
least
to-
give some to this Mind Flayer for being cooperative?
I'll kind of walk over and just like, I don't really know where his mouth is with all the tentacles, so I'm just gonna kind of like pour it on his tentacles a little bit.
You pour it on his tentacles? Okay.
Yeah, because I don't really know where his mouth is, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna
His
cork
mouth
it
is
up.
underneath, just like a cuttlefish, right? It's
Well, it's
underneath the
gonna kinda, like,
tentacles, so...
just like pour it like on the tentacles, and then be like, okay, there you go, and then I'm gonna stow it in my bag.
As you do so, the tentacles sort of curl inward like this, like, and you hear this awful sort of sucking noise as it starts to sort of literally suck the brain juice off the tentacles.
Aren't
Ferros,
you just eating a brain, man?
Ferros, I think I need some denier.
See, it's
I don't even know what that means.
It means I need a goddess right now.
Well, Denir's a god, so I'm gonna look for a different one.
That's a god? I thought that was.
So, Matt,
Yes.
these crystals on the walls.
Yes.
How sturdy are they?
Very large, very sturdy.
Can I try to break some off?
They're very large, meaning they're like 6 to 10 feet wide.
It's not that
Yeah,
bad.
sure. You want to carry around
I
a
ha-
200-pound crystal? Be my guest.
I mean, I don't have to carry around 200-pound armor, so I could definitely carry around 200-pound crystal.
Go for it. You want to carry it
All
around?
right.
I don't know where it would be stowed, but be my guest. It's like carrying around a piano.
He's got sword slots.
Okay, can we just?
Yeah, make an athletics check.
Athletics, alright.
What my?
Athletics.
Not enough.
23. Not enough, really. Oh, well.
That's correct.
I
Try to pull it off the wall. You don't hear a crack.
I say we just go with Ferros.
Is there anything else of interest in this room?
Say, like, what happens if I go up and touch the screen with all the dots on it?
Yeah, I mean, you sort of feel a little bit of almost.
Take on me.
It's good. It's good. That's a good reference. I like that. You suddenly appear in a black and white land. No, you don't. You sort of feel a little bit of static electricity in our modern sense coming off of these crystals, but beyond that, nothing happens.
Okay, I say we go with Elbauthin's plan and go south.
I mean,
This
if there's nothing to the north, there...
Can we harvest his body like we did the other Mind Flayers?
I'm looking to the north. It's literally a dead end.
I guess we forgot to harvest the body of the Mind Flayer on the other side, though.
That will take some time.
I don't know. I don't think it's worth it.
Oh yeah,
We're
how
using a lot of
many
Harvesting-
how many days did you say that it would take to craft the daggers
I think 3 days.
from the tentacles?
I don't think
3
you even
days?
gave them to Talron yet, though.
Well, I was gonna retcon that I gave them to him on the last long rest.
That's
Oh,
fine.
because I was gonna say something when you did that.
What's that?
I was just gonna ask for a short sword.
Cool. Because if it can do
That would
two
be
daggers, if it can
two
do two
daggers and a
daggers
short
or
sword.
two daggers and a short sword.
Man, you guys are giving me chores.
For real, you're getting like a big old like crafting
gave-
queue.
You gave yourself a talent
I mean, am I getting paid?
in love.
Yes.
In
I
love.
revived you twice.
Oh, there you go.
That's enough of a payment, I
Got
think.
you on
Hang
that
on.
one. We got you on that one.
You revived me twice?
Yes.
Yes.
When
I
did
could have left you
Restored.
petrified.
Greater
if you
restored.
want.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you want to stay petrified next time it happens, be my guest.
Look, right now I just want to get out of this floor. Let's just go south, can we?
That's fair.
What do we do with that guy?
Oh, him?
Well, I mean, he said there was guards to the west at the gates.
Well, then
Maybe
I
he
think
could talk to them for us.
He
As
should
soon as
come
we
with
go to
us.
the guards, he's just gonna warn them.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he notices what we're capable of. I don't think he's going to be stupid enough to immediately throw his life away.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Look,
I mean, if we're able to kill Equinox here, I think 3 Mind Flayers isn't going to be too much of an issue.
There's only one greater scroll of restoration left.
You're killing a gym chain?
wait, what?
Equinox. Sad.
I mean, it's 3 Mind Flayers. You know, we killed 2 plus Equilibrium, so...
Extremodon!
My God,
Extremodon?
Okay, let's go.
No,
Are
we
we gonna
can't
go
go. We're not gonna bring this guy to the guards. That's extremely stupid.
I agree.
I'm agreeing with Ferros.
Fair enough. I mean,
Okay.
well, don't you have a telepathic link to your kind? He looks at.
Make an
now this
insight
guy's name
check.
having a little bit.
Zetharak.
Intelligence check.
Make an insight check.
Insight. All right. Ooh, 15.
Okay. You look at it, and it's hard to read, right? These things don't have normal humanoid faces. It's just
Yeah.
tentacles and eyes. It sort of slowly moves its head in your direction and just stares at you. It doesn't respond.
About right.
Please don't make me hurt you again. I really don't want to.
It says nothing.
And leave him here.
I mean, if we leave him here, he'll just go alert them. I mean,
I said tie him up and leave him here.
I don't think tying him up will do much good. He does have magical prowess.
Ezra can help us with this. Ezra, I think you might have some information that can help us here.
What?
Can Illithids speak to each other? Like, telepathically over
Of course, they all can. They have what is known as the hive mind.
So he's probably warning the god as we speak.
Neat.
Okay, you know what? I vote.
But I mean,
we-
I honor my word. We agreed not to kill him if he gave us information.
Well, you agreed. I grabbed my sword. Unless you're willing to tell me that you didn't, but
The mind flare
Oh,
says
no.
nothing.
you got me on my bluff. I put my sword away.
I can literally just end it right now.
So Ezra.
Well, he's not giving us the information I asked for, so the agreement's done with, and I'm gonna start attacking him.
Okay, so let's roll initiative.
Unless he wants to start saying something as
He
soon as I
says
start
nothing.
attacking him. But,
So let's,
alright.
then I start swinging, and you guys are not
I mean,
surprised.
I made
so
an agreement, and if he wants to,
hey, everybody gets a chance at glory, so to speak, right?
He also had his chance at not dying, but I guess he doesn't want it. So.
I don't think at this point he even thought he would survive. Oh joy, I get to roll for these fuckers. Boom, 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 boom.
I don't think they have to be in combat. We
They
told
don't
them
have
to
to be if
stay
they
out
don't
of.
want to be.
Oh, well, they're part of the fun.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, of course, and Ezria. Okay. As the body card, as the body card for Selphorn sort of sees what's happening, she's like, "My lord, let's go." And she literally pulls like a Secret Service move and grabs Selphorn and just hurries him and her over to the north, as far as she possibly can go. So she dashes and just moves, literally there. That's as far as she can go. And that'll be Selphorn's move as well. Ezria is now up. Ezria sees that you're about to attack the Mind Flayer, and Ezria runs in and literally just sort of follows suit, slamming this guy in the face before he could possibly get something out to you guys.
Ezria could go on the other side.
1, 2. All right. Here are his 2 attacks. Mind Flayer has a blank of the blank. Ezria rolled 2 attacks. There's my second attack. First attack will hit. And I don't know why the second attack did not come in, but there we go. Second attack came. Both hit. So, wow, not bad. Okay.
Wow.
Not bad.
Wow.
29 and 23.
Supposed to be GM rolls because we didn't see this.
They were indeed GM rolls.
Okay.
He's a strong dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know he is. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Ezria comes up and just goes, and the Mind Flayer's head just rocks back with each hit. Qrevialur, you are up.
Cool. I'm gonna do my slashy slash.
Go ahead.
Because while I am a man of my word, apparently it's not. So, bam.
Yep.
Bam.
Okay.
And bam.
Holy
Okay. Yeah, and that's the 26 with advantage because Elbauthin's on the other side. So that is
so all of it.
16
All right,
plus 7, that's 25, plus another 18. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, your third attack is the one that kills him, though. How do you want to kill this Mind Flayer?
Well, I mean, so he already has a tentacle that's lopped off. So what? My first slash is going to be into that, and then with the second one, I'm going to take my other hand and stab it through his neck, and then I'm just gonna use what I'm gonna use the one that and then I'm gonna take my offhand and then just kind of like flip him over.
Ooh, love it.
So
This
that way
Mind
his
Flayer
neck's
is
just kind of like
dead.
you know, it's like those when a guillotine doesn't go all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
house
it's only
him.
mostly lopped off.
He's only mostly dead. All right.
Well, that was entertaining.
That ends that rather brief combat.
Zeke, can I see that map real quick?
Yeah, and I hold it up for him with one hand while my other hand is going through the Mind Flayer's pocket.
Sure.
Take the map for a second.
Just let me hold it. Sorry.
No, Matt, I'm looking for Faerun on the map.
You do see Faerun. It is one of the dots. One of the many, many dots.
And then around Faerun, do I see anything else that would jog my jogging?
Jog your joggin'? You see names. You see names of places like Exandria. You see a name of a place called Oerth, spelled O-E-R-T-H.
Eberron.
Eberron is there, absolutely. It's a very strange place called Ravenloft. Don't know where that's about. Then there's another word called Tarsoon, T-A-R-S-U-U-N. Another place, oh yeah, and then there are other actually worlds that you think you might be aware of. One is called, I'm
aware of some planes of existence.
Some planes, yeah. Do an Arcana check. I'll tell you how many of these myriad dots on this map that you are aware of.
This is my greatest skill.
May I
12.
do the
Sure, go for it. If you're looking over his shoulder too.
3 from Kraw, right?
Okay.
From Ferros.
Yep.
15.
Yeah, from a
Check, that's
15,
only
you
a
probably
save.
only get Faerun.
Wait, I'm not near you.
That's a good
Also-
point.
Also, it's only for saving
throws.
throws, yeah.
Oh yeah, not for abilities checks. Yeah. So with a 12, you probably only
Matt.
get. Yeah, sorry, give me 1 second, please. So yeah, with a 12, you
Okay.
probably only get that. Yeah, Faerun.
There we go. Now I can hear you again.
Yeah.
I have one question, Matt.
Mhm.
There's one plane that Qrevialur would know the name of. I don't know what
Okay.
it's called in context, but
Okay.
it would either be the astral plane or the astral sea.
Well, that is in and of itself a plane, the Astral Sea.
Yeah, I just didn't know which one it was called or whether it had its own name.
It is not a plane of existence or a world per se. It is sort of the world between worlds, which you do not see illuminated on this map.
Because I know that, because something with mystics and that, blah, 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 backstory.
Yeah,
Okay, so
backstory.
what do I know? I only know Ferros?
You probably only know, with a 12, you probably know of Faerun. Talron, you, for some reason, maybe it's your connection to Kaifon, but you recognize some of these eldritch names. None of them are in the material plane, except for maybe a small portion of the 40 or 50 dots. Maybe only about 9 or 10 of them are on the material plane. The other 70% are actually not. They are in a place called the Far Realm.
Far Realm?
Yeah. The Far Realm is a unknown place of the universe. Some might even consider it to be sort of a mirror universe, a dark universe, from which all aberrant life forms have sprung. And somehow or other, even though you can't even comprehend how to pronounce some of these names, you know that 70 to 75% of these worlds, which are all somehow linked together, are in the Far Realm.
I just say I relay that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a map of all the worlds they've been to.
Yeah.
Or that they're in, yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been spreading ever since.
Ever since when?
I don't know. For the longest
They
time.
began.
Talron. One name
the great.
kind of sticks out. It's the name of your patron. It's
I'm good.
Kaifon.
I'm gonna keep that part quiet.
The Far Realm was a plane of madness.
I am also going through said Mind Flayer's pockets.
Okay. This one probably doesn't have as cool stuff as Extremiton does, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Go ahead and roll the d12 for me.
Come back. What are you doing, computer?
Well, I think we've had
7.
enough maps. So
Hey, Zeke, you gotta let us loot sometimes.
I know, I'm sorry, I can't help it.
You can.
Seriously, you gotta let us loot because you're not
Seriously.
divvying up the loot.
I know, I'm sorry.
seriously, we need to do something about your noggin.
I would love to do something
let's
about my
try,
noggin.
actually.
You want these?
Just let us loot sometimes first.
Here we go. In this Mind Flayer's pocket, with a 7, you see roll 2d10. Okay, and 4 and a 6. You find 10 strange-looking gold coins. They're not round, they're made of some strange golden metal, and they have strange symbols on them of a language that none of you even understand or know.
Oh no.
And they have strange sort of squid faces on them.
Oh no.
What?
Like, that's the
Nothing.
wrong campaign, but okay. Alright,
All right.
10 gold squid coins.
I mean, I
About-
literally gave these out in my one shot, so I think
Elbauthin,
I might be
you.
wrong.
Well, looking to the north of here, it's definitely a dead end.
It's not
I
a
can
dead
check-
end per se. It is another one of these sort of circular rooms. I'll even
check
show them.
For
No,
doors.
It's a dead end.
Let me check for doors.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, I can see ahead of you.
I
He's
know
looking
that.
for hidden doors,
Hidden
Talron.
doors, Talron.
You take the time to go around this room to the north, Elbauthin, which is a circular room again. You see that the water that flows alongside you sort of arcs to the north, and then in this pool seems to be sucked down deeper into the recesses of the pool and pushed through this massive current from west to east. You also see, as you look into the pool, that swirling, almost like a poop in a whirlpool in a toilet, is a dead Grimlock.
Oh.
And this dead Grimlock, it's like floating there, spinning around, and the whole top of its head has just been carved out.
It's like their toilet. This is like their toilet, guys.
I-
All right.
It's a waste
Not-
disposal.
I'm not swimming.
Toilet.
I'm not going down there.
No, there's no secret passages over there. So I suggest we go south and then.
Go west.
West.
By the way, Matt, I'd like to continue actively looking around us.
Mm-hmm.
There's also
I don't
a
know if
dead
you
mind
want me to
player in
roll
the
it.
other room you guys can loot.
New.
Yeah, if you want, you can make a perception check.
I loot the mind flayer, Matt.
Roll a d12. Okay, a 10. This Mind Flayer has, for you, Elbauthin, a new card! No, just kidding. You find...
A
Interesting.
brand new car.
In its robe, you find... Ooh, that's kind of interesting. You find a vial of this red fluid. It doesn't look like healing potion fluid because it's more sort of orangey than red. And it sort of moves and convalesces in this vial.
Identify 10 minutes later.
Okay, you spend the time. 10 minutes later, everyone waits for you. Do you have a pearl, by the way, for identify?
Yes, I should.
Okay. I don't know where you got it.
When I leveled up, right?
You just magically got a pearl?
Don't I get materials?
No.
I wish. I wish.
Ferros.
Yeah?
Yeah, identify is one of those spells, apologies, just for clarification, that you kind of need a pearl. It doesn't go away after you use identify, but you do need a pearl of 100 gold pieces.
Ferros, I think I finally now know why Kaisen is scared of these creatures.
Okay.
They know about his location.
Sure. Oh, all right.
Yeah, they've been
Okay.
spreading over to where he is. It says it right on the map.
Sure. I mean, makes sense, yeah?
Just
Where are you going, Qrevialur?
We're going west.
We gonna go down and check the door to the west from the room we came awake in, or no? Not happening?
That's more towards the way of where Manak is, and I'd rather avoid that right now.
Okay, just check.
well. There's something funny about that northern area to, like, right here. I don't know if we're supposed to be seeing that.
There's nothing here.
I don't know. It's like a weird map thing.
It's just
You
how the
can
dynamic lighting is.
you determine, Talron, by looking down into the pool, that is where the water from this underground river sort of siphons out into. That there is, if you wanted to, you could dive down into the pool here and swim through this channel of water to the north.
How much force would the wire be pressing on?
You have no idea. But it does seem to be very, very loud.
I don't think I want to take my chances. God.
No secret doors, Elbauthin?
None that he could
That's a
see.
good door.
Nope.
No, yeah.
There is a door over here, however, to the south.
Oh,
The dwarves have been standing there the whole time. They've been like, there's a door here.
Notice
is it one of
much.
those funny doors again?
Let me double check. Perhaps not.
Excuse me, you want to move to the side?
Oh, sorry. Here we go. Yes. does have that same Qualith door lock on it.
Are you okay? Are you okay, Elbauthin?
He's got those, like, you know, those things at airports, just like.
Elbauthin, you must teach me your ways of dancing.
He teaches the ways of the finger dance, and the door opens. And opens and slides to the side. Now, this is a very interesting room because you find yourself, of course, now face to face, well, stony face, with this guy right here in the middle. A statue of the wild-haired Mad Mage himself. Carved from marble.
Why is he like
colored with glowing little motes of multicolored light, you may ask?
He's like covered in rainbow.
Yeah, motes of multicolored lights sort of linger around the statue of Hallister, which points actually a finger to the east, like he's doing this.
8.
And you look, and there is an archgate right here against the eastern wall.
Ooh.
Crow's a step in the room.
Okay. And as you step into the room, we're going to take a break.
Okay. I was like, arrow trap, maybe? I haven't seen one of those yet.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. We will be back in like 6-7 minutes, where we will find out what is in this crazy room, and what traps. Did I say traps? I didn't mean traps. What crazy information you'll gather from
Information
it.
on traps.
Yeah, information on traps, exactly. So yeah, we'll be back in like 7 minutes, folks. Stay with us. There's more to come. We'll be back in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. This stream is brought to you by Anvil. Hey folks, have you ever wished you had a way to customize your character's mini so that it looks exactly like they would look in your wildest imagination and not just rely on the off-the-shelf stuff? Well, with Anvil, you can have the exact miniature that completely represents your character, created in 8 stunning materials, and then shipped to you worldwide. Anvil is an online service available for desktop and smartphone devices for gamers to take complete control over the design of their tabletop miniatures. And with over 2 trillion, that's right, 2 trillion unique combinations to create the perfect character, you won't have any problems creating your next adventurer. And they're adding awesome new content to their library every day. So check them out at anvil.co. That's ANVL.co. And while you're there, check out their new subscription service, which for a low monthly cost allows for 5 STL downloads for you home 3D print enthusiasts to print as many figures as your little heart's desire, along with a variety of discounts for future purchases. Anvil, your trusted source for high-quality custom miniatures. This stream is brought to you by Anvil. Hey folks, have you ever wished you had a way to customize your character's mini so that it looks exactly like they would look in your wildest imagination and not just rely on the off-the-shelf stuff? Well, with Anvil, you can have the exact miniature that completely represents your character, created in 8 stunning materials, and then shipped to you worldwide. Anvil is an online service available for desktop and smartphone devices for gamers to take complete control over the design of their tabletop miniatures. And with over 2 trillion, that's right, 2 trillion unique combinations to create the perfect character, you won't have any problems creating your next adventurer. And they're adding awesome new content to their library every day. So check them out at anvil.co. That's ANV. We are back.
Hi.
Kraw will be joining us in a second. So, might as well just keep on keeping on. So when you go into this room, which I will now move our thing to, so you can see what it is that you see. You walk into the room, and within this room, you see the statue pointing its finger at the gate. Yeah, statue sort of surrounded this faint nimbus of multicolored light.
So, hey, Qrevialur, what do you see on top of the portal thing?
Stone.
I mean, is there like a symbol on it or something?
Is there a symbol on the gate?
You look at the
Or
gate,
above the
and
gate?
there are no symbols on the gate.
Nope. Just stone.
Stone step? What the fuck?
Go in.
I don't know. Maybe this huge statue in the center of the room is a clue to something.
I mean, he's just pointing at it. And also, he's very shiny. And also, he's very shiny.
I'm gonna
Where's the
point
light
at it.
coming from? Matt.
I point at the portal.
Okay, you point at the portal. Nothing happens.
Is the light around him, does it look magic?
Do you have detect magic? I mean,
No.
normally you don't see statues covered in glowing lights.
Okay.
Where's the light coming from?
The statue.
From the statue?
Can I, like, touch the light?
You move your hand through the lights. They sort of filter through your hand.
Hallister,
Hold
Does
up
the statue
something
move at all?
shiny?
Make a athletics check, Qrevialur, if you want to try to move it.
I'm just gonna break the statue accidentally by getting in that.
You try to move it, it doesn't move an inch.
Alright.
Hallister, what? Or I mean, yeah, Hallister, what exactly are you doing?
You get no response from Hallister.
He's upsetty right now.
Is he not upset?
Well, he wasn't upset on the first few floors. Then he started getting upset.
Zeke, as you sort of pass your hand through the lights, you're able to see the statue's sort of fine details on the statue itself. You see that just like Hallister in real life, who wears his robe with all these eyes all over it, this one has as well eyes carved into its stony robe. There's looks like at least 20 of them, all with their lids like open.
Like, what happens if I, like, cover one of the eyes or, like, close it with my hand? Does
Nothing.
anything seem to change about the room? No. Okay.
No, nothing happens.
I'm just looking at Hallister's face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the portal, just like
Looks just like Alistair.
his expression.
Neutral.
What a boring face.
There is a door to the bottom there, yeah. That's right, Elbauthin. There's another Qualith door lock right here.
Are there any, like, can I try to move, like, the smaller things on him? Like, maybe I can rotate the eyes.
No.
Maybe I can adjust the arm up and down, the fingers.
Nothing moves. I would have said that with the athletics check, You would have tried lots of different things to move him.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought I was just trying to like turn
Yeah,
it.
you tried lots of different ways of moving him.
What about the gate itself? Like, if I move my hand along it, does it feel smooth?
Feels like stone.
Feels like stone.
Where's his other hand?
Sorry. His other hand is to his side.
Nah.
Yeah, his other hand is to his
Shut
side. Sorry. His other hand is at his side, yeah.
Nah.
His worst
Was that
other
a
hand.
Beavis and Butthead laugh? Jeez, I haven't heard that in years.
I
Wow.
want to like try and hold up something shiny and see if I can like reflect the colored light into the portal.
Sure. Like maybe one of the coins, for example, that you just got.
Yeah, there we go. One of the coins.
Yeah, it sort of
See if I can
plays
reflect that into
a
the
sort of
portal.
nice colored effect on the ceiling of this room.
No, I tried to reflect the light onto the gate.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I mean,
That's a
yeah. You're able to sort of like bounce the light off of the coin onto the gate. Nothing happens.
Man, I'm really sad I got rid of my rainbow spell forever ago.
rainbow.
I had a spell that
Can I
like
try
made
like
rainbow lights make people confused.
so like there's like an archway and that's like engraved into the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what about like the wall beneath it? I'm gonna try to see if that's a secret door by like knocking against it and seeing if it's more hollow.
Okay.
Like maybe it's a
Go
secret
ahead and move
door, it's a big
your
archway.
Yeah, move your character to where you are attempting to put it there.
Probably like the center.
Okay, cool. You knock on the thing. It's definitely not hollow, but what you do notice is that as you knock on this hollow gate and wait about 5 or 6 seconds, there is a low sort of hum that comes from this portal, and you hear, and a tiny little swirl of light appears at the middle of it and starts to sort of swirl out. And you start to hear voices coming from the other side of the portal. You hear a voice that says, "I think we've got it! By Jove! Good job there, Frank!" And then you see a foot step through the door. And that foot is plated in armor, and as the foot steps through the door, the statue illuminates.
So I am getting the fuck out of the way.
And blasts forward towards the door. So, Qrevialur,
Hello.
where are you? Okay,
I'm between the statue and the arch.
indeed you are. So, I would like... Okay. 1, 2, 8. Wow. Okay. This is going to be interesting. All right, so there are 2 targets. One who has just walked through the door and you, because you are in the way. All right. I would like you to make 7 dexterity saving throws, please.
7? Okay.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
1, 2, 3,
Ugh.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Okay. Let me just check something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 6 of these blasts. No, 5 of the blasts hits you, and the 6th one hits the guy coming through the door.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you to roll 5d8s, please.
Oh no.
Automatic, right?
Yes.
But it can hit. But one person can get hit more than once because we've never done it that way when I've used it.
There you
So
go. There's
each
no-
ray is a different color and has a different ray. Each creature must make a dexterity saving throw for each target. Roll a d8 to determine which color ray affects it.
Yeah, so you roll 1 dex save to see if you get hit, and then you roll the d8 to see which one hits you. They don't all hit you.
Is that true? I thought it was... I'm pretty sure prismatic spray is if you have 2 targets and you have 8 rays, right?
Then each target gets hit once, just some of the rays don't hit anybody. Because it's also a 60-foot cone. It's an AoE.
Then what would you do with the other 8?
They just don't hit
Each
anybody.
creature in a 60-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll for each target.
Right.
Roll
a
a
D8.
determine which. So like
Yeah, 'cause
multiple. So you
Okay.
can have like.
So then it's only 2, then.
So only one hits Qrevialur and one hits the other guy. Because like otherwise, this spell
Unless
would
you
be
roll an
totally
8,
broken.
I think.
Okay, that
Because
makes sense.
I could shoot the whole thing at one
I
target.
read that
and
wrong then.
Utterly decimate them.
I thought that it was a prismatic spray on a single target.
I thought
You
I
could
was
roll
gonna have
all
10
8
HP
rays.
left. I mean, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So, then it's only... Okay, so I'll
just
take
take
the
the
2...
first
That
one,
is
which
why
is
in the
15.
bar
Sir.
fight I was asking about
No,
all
wait.
bystanders because it's a 60-foot cone of moving rays.
So you can only
Alright.
take the first one, which is a 19 dex save.
19 dex save?
That's
Yes.
the first one that I rolled, yeah.
Okay, cool. That one actually saves.
Oh,
Lucky you.
the only one that saved.
That is the only one that saved, honestly. The others did not. 14, 5, 5, 3, 6, 11. Yeah, they all failed. So, but 19 was the DC.
But I will
not
still take half damage on a lot
Half
of
damage
these.
from whatever ray he gets.
right.
Unless it's one of the ones that like does a condition, apparently.
Okay, so I will take
You
the
could also
first.
roll 8 and.
I will take the
much more.
first one of your D8 rolls, which was a 7.
Yikes.
So,
Oh, but you saved. You're good.
yeah, 7 is blinded.
But I on a.
But he
That's
saved.
only on
But
a.
you
he's
saved,
okay.
so yeah, you saw this like big white light coming at your eyes. And you're like, ah, jeez. The other guy, however, has to roll a dex saving throw, and I don't think he's gonna like it too much. So I'm just gonna roll in the open.
I hope he's still alive by the end of this.
D20 plus 2.
I don't think we want him to be, because he's gonna think that we did that to him.
Well, he
'Cause
walked
who
into
else
it.
would have done it?
Okay, so
He
he
won.
failed hardcore. Roll D8.
Well, he walked into the door in
8.
the first place, so that was his fault.
Aw. 8! Yes!
Hit by
Kill him!
2.
He's
Do
struck
it!
by 2 rays.
Yo.
So I gotta roll twice more.
Oh no.
1, 2.
Oh!
1 and 4. Oh, you're right. That makes a whole lot of sense. 1 is red is fire damage, and green is poison damage. 10d6 and 10d6. Jesus.
Oh
So
no.
20d6, just 10 of fire. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, 20d6.
He's
He would
dead.
have still taken 10d6 on a.
There we go. That's a lot of
save.
dice. Boom. 68.
Yikes.
So this guy.
I mean, that's why I love this spell.
All right. He walks through the door, and literally the footsteps on the ground, and like all these beams. One blinds Qrevialur, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And then fire and just awful green poison damage just converge on this guy, and he is just incinerated. He's like, "Grrrr!" And he falls to the ground. And immediately as he does so, you hear from the other side, "Fuck no, no, no." No, 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 no! Turn that off, Jim. Turn that off, and the portal vanishes.
I think we just lost our chance to the portal. I'm gonna try knocking again. It's worth a shot.
Nothing happens.
Well, that. What?
That was interesting.
Feeling that might be a one-way trip coming this way.
Did we even get a good glimpse of what the other side even looked like?
No, you
Oh,
don't
this is
actually
great.
see the other side ever when you step in a portal.
Not
Ah.
till you actually go through.
So we just hear it.
Yeah,
We
I
just
just
talked
saw a
to
foot.
Cytheria.
you saw a
this is
foot.
Yeah, the guy didn't even make it all the way through, I don't think, so we don't even
Nope.
get to loot him.
Nope,
Yeah.
he is incinerato.
Yeah. How about we just? Yeah. Let's just keep following Elbauthin.
It's a good plan.
I don't understand why you guys seem so gleeful about a guy just dying in front of us.
I'm not
Right?
gleeful, I just
I'm
don't
not
care.
Alright. Just
I'm
saying, it
not
doesn't seem like there's any sort of respect, but whatever.
I mean, I didn't respect any of the other people that we've killed. Why would this one be different?
No, you didn't laugh when you saw him come in and die.
I didn't laugh, no.
I heard you laugh.
That was out of character, Kraw.
Well, it's confusing!
I don't think Qrevialur would laugh at that. 'Cause he was
Self-born-
more like, ah! You know?
Self-Warn, sort of the noble, the guy who has been asking how the hell to get home, has basically he looks at the gate and he goes, You're not going to make me go through that thing, are you?
No.
I'm doing the hand motion thing on the southern door.
Okay.
No.
That opens as well.
There are other portals that are way less violent.
What is there, Matt?
Shh! The door opens.
Ah.
You see a corridor in front of you.
I see something interesting off to the west.
You do, Zeke. You see some kind of strange, and Talron, as you poke your head out of the door, you see a focused group of Orogs who are all pushing as one against a door, a massive, massive door. And behind them, two Mind Flayers, their hands outstretched and tentacles outstretched, doing that. And you just hear the Orogs going, roar, 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 roar. And from the outside, you hear the door going, and an enormous sound, like massive, almost like a giant battering ram.
Oh, that doesn't.
I think we found Manak and that we should go the other way as quickly as possible.
No, he's
Is that
coming out. He's coming out. So we have
We don't have to be here. Okay.
I think we should
From
wait
inside the
this out.
room, the other bystanders are all sort of like edging up to the door because they hear this enormous slamming noise, and the dwarves go, "What's going on? What's going on?"
Get
I
back!
turned
Get
around
back!
like, you guys should definitely move backwards.
Okay, we'll move back to the room. Shh.
Ferros!
Selphorn and his bodyguard just crumple to the other side of the door and hold each other.
All right, so if this thing's coming through and you guys think that we need to make our stand right now,
We don't need to make a stand right now. We need to hide
that's kind
You'll
of what
go
I was thinking.
through
We're
here.
already hiding.
No,
I
but I
know
mean,
you
get back
are.
in here and close the damn door and wait till we hear him pass us. Because that's probably the direction we actually want to go once he's not there anymore.
I mean, now is better time than never.
Can we
What?
kill him?
The
I think
door
we
starts
stand,
to
yeah.
splinter.
No, it's not. If we can get the Githyanki to help us, it'd be a better stand.
Yeah, but like,
It's unlikely at best.
That's what you said about all the other things that happened, so,
I thought you wanted
door
to go
starts
to the
to-
Githyanki. Wasn't that your plan?
Completely smash. You see like an awful silvery tentacle snake in, grab one of the Orogs who resists, goes, and he is gone in the blink of an eye.
And what is this guy gonna do? He's gonna kill more mind players, get stronger. It's the best stand we can make. We just had a long rest.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, if you guys are fighting, I'll fight.
I'm not fighting.
look,
Ferros wants to go out there,
Look,
he can go
I-
out there.
we don't really got much of a choice because whether we go out there or not, we're going to face that thing.
Eventually, yes, but we don't have to right now.
Just
What?
face it now, Qrevialur.
We'll have a much better chance if we don't. I don't know why you guys like
There's
to rush
no better
into things
chance.
and
The
die.
Githyanki aren't gonna help us unless we're like really lucky. And I have a feeling we're not gonna be that
It's
lucky.
worth a shot.
This is also worth a shot. We can just fight him right here, where our most powerful and it's his weakest.
The door,
Not at its weakest.
the sound of the slamming of the doors has stopped.
Did we hear it splinter?
You certainly did.
Like, completely.
You saw a giant hole through which an enormous silvery tentacle slipped through, grabbed one of the Orogs, and pulled it through the door, screaming.
But nothing since then?
Nope.
I'm over here like looking like I'm about to prepare like my finger of death spell like as soon as that door like bursts down with Monarch. Like I'm just waiting for that thing.
Manak.
Monarch, whatever. I'm waiting for that. I'm just on the edge of my tail
Yeah,
here.
I honestly don't know. Like, in order to get back to the Githyanki, we gotta cross the Mind Flayers' front lines, and that's another fight. So
We
have
will
to
get
fight.
weaker, and we
We
don't
will
even
get
have any
weaker.
guarantee that we will get their aid.
When did you become so pessimistic about getting aid?
I could have.
Usually the
that was your
first one
idea.
is just talking.
Well, it would be awesome. We would go get aid if there wasn't a bunch of Mind Flayers blocking the way to get it.
I
just,
think Minak's
you know what?
taking care of the mind flayers.
Here's what it is, right? I'll stand by. It's more likely to kill things the longer it's alive. If we go to the Githyanki, we end up killing more things just to get to them. And then there's no guarantee we may not have to kill them because they might just fight back at us. Because we have a Zerai who will have to speak to them for us. And they may not want to listen to a Zerai. They may have a Shun. They may just attack us on sight. Stupid. I don't know why I thought of it in the first place.
We're going to go to the Githyanki either way, whether we're after or before Minak. I'd suggest...
We don't have to go to the Githyanki. We can find a different way.
Can I have my character try to listen in, like try to see if I can actually get at least listen on ahead of where the heck the big ass creature went?
Make a perception check. Let's see how well you do.
Because I'm just... Son of a bitch.
You listen and you don't hear anything but the slow sort of dripping of the slime on the walls.
Qrevialur, maybe you never, well, I guess you don't. You wouldn't know anything with the Githyanki. Ezra here would. Ezra, what's the likelihood that the Githyanki would pair up with people from the material plane?
We would have to have a very convincing argument.
I don't know, maybe there's a giant Elithid loose that's gonna kill them all if they don't pair up with us. Man, it's almost like that's convincing. You know, death!
Do the mind flayers...
And what's the guarantee they just won't attack us?
If they start attacking us, we can just come through the portal and they'll follow us. They're so hostile.
Portal, what?
Are the
What
mind
are you
flayers...
talking
Are the mind flayers and all that just purely focused on the door to not care about us right now? Or...
You look and you see the mind flayers' backs are towards you. And they do have their hands and tentacles still exerting some kind of control over these Orogs. Because the Orogs, even though there are 7 left, stand in formation, their battle axes at the ready, facing the door.
There was a way to the east. Could we go try to get down that passageway and get around this mess?
You could certainly try.
It seems like a best option might be to wait until Minak comes through here.
Our best option would just be to assault him right now.
No. We wait until Minak takes care of all those other fucking things.
Yes, of course.
Well, what if
Takes
we
care-
just...
I mean,
Well, what if we could just take care of them all at the same time?
And your plan
What's
to
the
do?
plan for that?
What's the plan for that?
Fireball.
No.
Fireball isn't powerful enough to kill
That's
all
not
of those
powerful.
things at
All of them at
once.
once.
Well, you know what I'm trying to get. Like, just...
I think Minak can take care of them.
get all the
They'll damage
big...
Minak, and we'll be fine.
I'm just saying, we let out...
Let them weaken Minak and let them get killed by Minak, and then.
If we waste our resources before we even start fighting Minak, by just
Agreed.
attempting to hit it with other things, that's going to be a waste of resources.
Yeah, so let's just let Minak come through.
And
So
if he
you
doesn't, then
wait.
maybe we can get around this mess.
You wait. And you wait a good 5-6 minutes. The mind flayers have not moved, and neither have the Orogs. And nothing has assaulted the gate since that time.
You know what? Let's just proceed going south. Because right now it just looks like a standstill.
How loud is the river, Matt?
From where you are, you can't really hear it anymore.
Okay, so if I walk up to the door, I just want to listen for noise.
Which door are you referring to? That door?
This one, the one that everyone's deciding to
Yeah.
cuddle up against.
Sure, absolutely. By the way, when you do open the Qualith doors, they do slide back. I forgot to mention that, but they do slide back down after you finish using them. Yeah, you make a perception check, and let's see what you hear. 19. Yeah, I mean, you hear very little, surprisingly. You do hear maybe some sort of ambient noise coming through the hole in the door here to the west. Maybe sort of a soft, sort of cavernous wind. But beyond that, it's eerie how much this substance on the walls and the floors really sucks up the sound. whatever kind of metal it is, it's almost virtually soundproof.
It's gonna go east.
Okay.
Make our way south.
Talron
and-
starts to move east.
Wow, they're focused on that.
I message Talron and say, "What do you see up ahead?"
Oh, like ahead, like right here.
Oh, you kept walking. You walked way out of my line of sight, so I was messaging you to ask what you saw.
I just see a wall right here.
That's a door.
Oh, but yeah, it's just a door.
Is it one of those
Yes, it is.
finger doors?
Yep.
Okay, let's do this quickly and hope it works out in our
Hey,
favor.
Matt?
Yes.
What are these things? These like
Yeah. I will tell
The
you.
purple. Those are what I saw first when I said I saw something interesting. down
Yeah,
there.
I was going to tell you, but everybody started to go crazy. So I'll tell you what they are. It's nothing enormous, but I'll tell you what exactly it is. Yeah. They are stone pillars with glowing veins of crystal, which illuminate this hallway.
I'm gonna do the finger thing on this door.
Okay. I'm so glad you guys learned the finger thing.
The finger thing.
It's like Doctor Strange, where he's like,
It's like the way they do magic in the Magicians.
yes.
Hey, Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing.
Okay, you open the door. And again, you hear this cavernous rushing of water as you once again see the flowing river again.
I messaged the group. We're back at the river.
And musical, son.
this is probably the gate that they were that one Mind Flayer was talking about.
Mind Flayer talked about a gate?
Yes.
Okay.
The one that we interrogated.
Yes, sorry, I walked away partway
This
through.
seems like it might be it, and it was stated that this was the only.
Well, Ezria said that he saw one inside the Githyanki stronghold.
So if I would have to guess,
That is the way. Through the gate is the way to the Githyanki stronghold.
so if I have to guess, more likely that the room that we were potted in is definitely connected to that room where all those mind flayers and Orlogs are at.
Yep, that is a very good guess.
Is this down here the room that we were potted in?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Well, there
Yeah.
is a door to the west out of there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the room where it leads to where those mind flayers and the Orlogs are at.
So,
Yep.
I'm curious. Do
Wait,
the
but
mind
there-
flayers suddenly turn around at the sound of all the rushing water,
No,
or are they still?
they are still.
Are they even breathing? Are they frozen in time, possibly?
No?
They're definitely not
Well,
frozen
they're-
in time.
I just wanted to make sure because it's happened before in here. So
Sure.
I want to clarify something about the map that what's his butt drew for us. So I'm going to draw what I remember really
Sure.
quickly, which is this is the Githyanki stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
Passage, door,
Mm-hmm.
passage, door, and then we are here.
Yeah.
That is correct. So, do we think that this is the passage that we just saw them fighting him off of?
Yes.
Then we need to go. Then we went too far south, and we need to go find this passage.
As
We
you
went
draw this
north and
map,
there was-
As you draw this map, or at least simulate it, Ezria, who's been lagging behind, and all the other commoners who, of course, were huddled in the corner, who follow you like willing commoners. Ezria sort of points at the map that you've drawn and says, No. I apologize. We are now here. And he points at the bottom of this sort of
Okay.
map here. The space with the massive door is here. And he points at the top of those two corridors. He says, There is another way to the south. Here.
Here, and here is where we are.
We have to go further that way. And he points to the southeast to go around.
Where
Okay.
where I'm at?
Wait, but that way is blocked by more Illithid and more Mind Flayers.
Actually, where we come down here to where I am.
That's right. That's where Talron is.
Yeah, right here, dudes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my 3 things.
Wiggity, 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 whack. Okay. You do your thing.
Wiggity whack.
And the door slides open, and when you do open the door, you see a scene of craziness. Mind Flayers, 3 of them, immediately turn towards the door. There are a whole bunch of dead people stuck in psipods. 2 of which you recognize, one an Orog and one a Duergar. And the Mind Flayers just immediately shift to the right as the door opens. And I'm gonna go ahead and assume, based on the Mind Flayer senses here, I'm gonna check, they're probably gonna see you.
Yeah.
I quickly hid behind the wall.
Mind Flayers know where everybody is, don't they?
No, only Extremiton did.
Oh, okay.
But the Mind Flayer definitely sees Talron. He may not see Elbauthin, but he has a bead on you, mofo, like you wouldn't believe. So
Mage armor, real fast, because I didn't do it when we woke up.
Okay, I'll go ahead and give you that one, but we are going to have to roll initiative, because that's what's going to happen here. So, yeah, as you open the door, the Mind Flayers just all... And, yeah, there we go.
Oh, Ferros, you need to do something about that.
It's just the fight I was trying to avoid, but whatever.
I'm going to go ahead
I have
and
a feeling we'll take him down pretty quick.
let these 4 guys pretend like they are not involved in combat, so I'm just going to put them here. I'm not even going to roll initiative unless things get hairy. But if necessary, if they want to actually do something, then so be it.
We're gonna need that combat music.
I'm going to give you some music in a second.
1.
A second. Don't play like my kid. My kid does that all the time. I'm going to count. I'm going to count. 10 count to 10. All right, there you go. You want your music? Here you go. Here comes your music.
Okay, what is that music?
It's good music.
I keep asking you what exactly this song is, but I never get an answer.
I don't know. Do a Shazam on it.
It's probably an Incompetech. It sounds like one.
I think it's probably Incompetech, yeah. All right. Did everybody roll? Why do I roll the shittiest every single fucking time? I always roll initiative like a poop. Oh, come on. Why did I clear it? That was dumb. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is called Creepy Fuckers. I accidentally destroyed the initiative instead of descending it, so I will put everybody back. It's not a big deal. Yeah, just roll it and I'll keep your initiatives from before.
Oh, roll it again?
Yeah, just roll it again so I put you in the turn order, and then I'll put the actual numbers back in.
Damn, I rolled much better the second time.
I know, me too. Well, actually, I rolled
that
worse.
That always happens when anyone rolls initiative a second time. It always is better the second time.
All right.
Never had it be worse the second time. Even if I get a natural 20 on my first roll, second roll's a natural 20 with the modifier somehow.
All right. Drakon got, or I should say, Qrevialur got a 8. Talron got a 15. We already got. Well, you did it twice. Good job, Talron. 14 for Elbauthin. So I'll just roll that for Elbauthin. And then I think that's everybody. Ferros, did you roll? You did roll. I didn't see Ferros roll.
I already changed it.
You changed it. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so there we go. Zeke, you're first.
So, I
you
thought the
didn't
Mind
pick- you
Flayers
didn't-
had 8.
You didn't change mine. My first initiative roll was a 13.
Thank you.
You're
You can
welcome.
change your own if you just click the number.
Oh, okay, thank you.
What is the dex mod of a Mind Flayer so that way I know whether I'm faster than them or not?
I will tell you. What's your dex mod?
My dex mod is 1. I have 12 dex.
Okay. They have a... they also have a 1. So, I'll just say that you're faster.
Cool. Fine with that. Let's
All
fix
right.
the order so it doesn't.
So Elbauthin is first.
Yeah. Elbauthin with a 17.
Insightful fighting on that one.
Okay. Ooh, interesting.
What I got in this-
Oh, he got a 21, so no insightful fighting for the first time ever in the campaign.
Wow.
So you are not able to gain sneak attack unless you have advantage somehow, which I don't believe you. Actually, you're coming out of stealth.
No, I'm not. I'm not coming out of stealth yet.
Okay, very good. So you won't have sneak attack then.
No, I will
No,
have
he's-
sneak attack. I'm still stealth, but I wanted to get further.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I lose it now, but fuck it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a shot with an arrow.
All right, that's your action.
I was just checking to see if there's a spell that I can cast that might be very helpful here, like maybe grease or something like that.
Ooh. Grease, as they say, is the word.
I mean, they fly.
Oh yeah, they fly.
What are you doing, Elbauthin?
Okay, I'm just gonna take a shot with an arrow.
Go for
Do it.
Let me go ahead and do it. I haven't touched my arrows in so long.
it.
Boom.
Touch by an arrow.
There you go. Shot 29. Absolutely, it will hit.
And then I just step back behind the wall.
All right. That is just a straight arrow, right? That is not a magical arrow, correct?
That is just a straight arrow.
Okay, cool. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Your shot lances into this creature. It hits the sort of the fleshy part right above the breastbone. And it goes... And now it's Talron's turn.
Okay, well, it's probably safe to use X-Blade's Curse
Sure.
on the dude in front of me,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna run on in.
All right.
And so I'm gonna go in and smack this dude
Go
up.
ahead. Give
Well-
it a shot.
So, does that hit?
Yeah, 18 hits, absolutely. 15 also hits.
Okay, so 19 damage on the first one.
Yep.
Or at least I think that's... whatever. And 17 plus 5...
22.
Yeah, 19 plus 22.
Got it. Big hits into this creature. It's like...
And that's my turn.
All right. Zeke.
Gonna come on down here and survey the scene. What do we got?
3 mind flares.
3 mind flayers and a Duragar. Okie dokie.
The Duragar, you see, it is actually it's
Oh, it's in a pod.
it's
Wait
in
a
a
minute.
pod, but it's frozen in stone.
Wait a minute! That Orlog over there. Is that my ghost?
You look at it and you can see through it.
Goddamn ghost.
It looks over at you after you slice through this mind flare. It looks at you and it goes,
Master!
Alright, so that was... I'm gonna...
How long does that last, by the way, actually? Now that I think about it, how long does the Spectre last?
He only gets it until the next long rest, I think.
Can you check on that, please? Because it might actually just be a dead body at this point.
It might likely be. Yeah.
Check on it. But go ahead, Zeke. What are you doing?
It's right there, and he just put it in chat.
Until
seems
the end
like
of your next long rest.
Yeah, he's just a dead body then. Sorry.
No,
Alright.
your next long rest.
Meaning he already had a long rest before he used it and then he had a long rest.
So if we kill one of these mind flayers, then they become my next servant.
If you want, that's your choice. Zeke, what are you doing? Go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna come on in here, and I'm gonna hit this guy with a little shocking grasp.
Okay,
Touchy,
that hits.
touchy, 26 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 14 lightning damage, and he can't take reaction,
Very nice.
so that I can pop the fuck back out of his way. That is the end of my. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Ezra uses his action, his movement, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Doesn't have any ranged attacks, so he will cast a spell.
Are you sure his movement's only 30?
Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah. Gezerai Zerths. Double check. Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay.
So yeah, he can't attack it at melee range, so he is going to cast a spell that I don't think you guys have seen him cast, called Phantasmal Killer.
Nice.
I have that spell.
Yeah, you do. And this is what it does. If it shows up in chat. Hello. There we go. It basically is a ranged psychic damage spell where you tap into the nightmares of a creature you can see and create an illusory manifestation of its deepest fears, visible only to that creature. So you see the Gezerai just sort of like put out a hand like this, and this sort of wave of force comes out, almost rippling through the air and hitting this creature right in the brain, in the psychic emanations of its deepest fears, and you see its eyes just go wide with shock, and it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Uh-oh. Wisdom saving throw from Mind Flayers. Who the fuck are you kidding? All right.
I mean, aren't they more intelligent than they are?
Oh, they're lots. Anything to do with like the brains. You got a 17. And I think that might have meat.
It's
DC.
Likely. It might likely.
DC, yeah, 14. So yeah, it's just shakes it off. It's like its tentacles just spewing slime all over the place. I don't think it does half damage. Let's check.
Nope.
Succeed wisdom saving or take damage. Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
How's he looking?
Well, he's looking pretty bad. He's been sliced a few times. So you have the ring around the rosy. You can tell what's going on. Qrevialur, it's your turn.
All right. Let's hope that I can reach anything
Well, with that movement speed of yours?
of 30.
He doesn't have anything special because he's only level 2 barbarian.
Well, I mean,
Or
I
level,
can still make
or
it
level 1, I
barely.
can't remember.
That's exactly 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And begins the slashing.
Okay.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
Okay. Let's just check the damage on that. 14, 18, and then the third one, 12. Yeah, that third one is the one that takes him out.
It's always the third one.
I don't know. Sometimes you just got to go 3 times. So you want to move that Hexblade's Curse? Go for it. Who do you want to move it to?
Do I have to be the one to kill the creature for me to get a Spectre, or...
I don't
Yes.
know. Let's take a look at the actual wording of the spell. It says, starting, you can curse the soul of a person you slay. When you slay a humanoid. So, lo siento, señor. But yeah,
Are
this
my
one
players
is...
humanoid? I thought they were aberrations. I don't know.
You make an Arcana check as you finish this creature off. See if you can tell the
okay,
difference.
He wouldn't even be able
will.
to use it
Yes. I, the smartest of all of us.
Never know. Give you a DC of 16.
Well, like,
There you go,
right,
18.
but it didn't go...
Yeah,
Oh, there it is.
Mind Flayers are, in fact, aberrations. They are not humanoids.
That's
So-
like, even if you didn't know, like it says when you kill a humanoid, so it
Mhm.
couldn't
We
even
can
possibly
kill
trigger.
another one.
Well, no, what I mean
Terrible
is,
in
like, if he waited for the specter to suddenly rise from this creature's corpse, and he'd be like,
sure.
Hey, what happened? Well, why didn't you come out of the body?
That voice is great.
Well, anyways, Kermit,
ah!
well,
It's the tentacles instead of
curse-
the arms. Ah!
the curse moves on to that one.
Okay, cool. The curse moves on. Anything else, Qrevialur?
Nope, that is the end of my turn.
All right. Los Mind Flayer brothers left. Okay, what are they gonna do? Look at that. It's a nice little cone right in front. Okay.
Oh.
Each one in a 60-foot cone. Good thing that Elbauthin is behind that wall. So
cold.
each one of them are going to, well, the first one's going to blast out like this. And let's see how many he hits. So everybody roll in this area here. So that's Talron, Qrevialur, Zeke, and Ezria. And I think the only person in range to get that saving throw bonus is Ezria, unfortunately.
What is the roll, though?
It is an intelligence saving throw.
Oops.
Oh! Wait! Tides of Chaos, I'm gonna roll it again.
Roll it again.
17!
Let's see if that's enough. Hold on.
It's still better than a nat 1.
It is enough to make it. So there you go. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to roll again also for Ezria. But Qrevialur and Drakon... Oh, sorry, Qrevialur and Drakon. Qrevialur and Talron, you take damage, and you are stunned.
Oh, boy. Fuck.
Yeah, all fuck is right. Hold on, let me roll for Ezria.
Well, now I know how it's like to be Ferros.
Oh,
Thanks.
snap. Oh, snap. Not nice. Be nicer.
That's going up.
Oh, no.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
hey, you two already both know. You two already have
Hold
so
on,
much in common.
let's
You
see.
both know what it's like to be dead.
Oh, snap. Okay, so yeah, this is Ezria too. So Ezria, all
Hey,
three
at
of
least
you
my
gonna take...
character didn't die in the first adventure.
Oh, man. Okay.
That was by bullcrap and fall damage, and you know that.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Everyone, shots fired. All right.
I'm sorry.
Also, it wasn't the first session; it was the 5th.
4d8. That was
Said
right.
adventure. Adventure.
Here we go. This is the psychic
wasn't my
damage that
first
those of you who
adventure,
failed.
Oh, that's disappointing.
20 psychic damage, and you are stunned.
Yo, Matt, let's ramp that up. Let's make that 10d8.
Fuck off.
Let's not.
Matt, do I take half
I'm
damage?
just making
on
a
this
joke.
save,
No,
or
you
am
do
I
not.
just clear?
If you save, it doesn't say you take half damage. In fact, you
Alright,
just
sweet.
you take no damage, but you are
Sweet.
Do you want to give us a little stunned icon?
I'm doing it now,
Zap.
motherfucker. Boom. Boom.
How long are they stunned for, Matt?
I will tell you. They're stunned until I tell you otherwise. No, they are stunned
I remember that one.
for
Again.
1 minute, and you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
All right.
All right. So that's that Mind Flayer. His action. He sort of backs off. 30. This Mind Flayer, however,
Did Ezra really fail? What did he roll?
he rolled a 14.
+3?
Oh, that's right. Okay, because so he doesn't get stunned, and he doesn't take the damage either, which is good. Perfect. Awesome. All right, so that Mind Flayer moves back. This Mind Flayer, however, moves in. 10, 15, 20, 25. And since you are stunned, Talron,
Oh, I think I know what it's doing.
it's going to attempt to grab you with its tentacles.
I knew it.
Oh, that's a crit, too.
Guys, get this guy off me.
So you take 34 psychic damage, and you are grappled,
Seriously, get him off me.
and you're still stunned. So you guys watch as this Mind Flayer swoops in and just fastens its tentacles around Talron's head. And you see underneath all the tentacles, that awful maw of tiny sharp teeth. It looks like it's going...
Guys, come on, found up like Sam Riegel here.
For real. Ferros, it's your turn.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go around here. 5, 6 through Talron.
Wait, try that again?
Alright.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not enough, because you'd have to... 5, 6 is enough. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, got it. Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
Alright, I will, as a bonus action, cast Sanctuary on Talron.
Okay.
And then I will use Lay on Hands and give him 34 HP.
Love it.
And that's what I'll do. That's my
Beautiful. All right. New round. Elbauthin.
Let's see what's going on here.
I'm gonna get eaten.
5.
Ooh, I got a good line on my next one. All right, cool.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You can't move through him because he is an enemy.
You can go around the back of him, though.
Go around the back of him.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Yep.
so rapier that sucks.
You will not have advantage, but you will get the sneak attack.
So
He gets advantage for having an ally, though, doesn't he?
An ally who is
Allies
not
incapacitated.
incapacitated.
But
Hold on.
Ferros is within
Well,
5
then
feet of
I
him.
retcon that and I go like this.
That'll work.
He means for
That's-
advantage, Sarah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for advantage, not for sneak attack.
Also, sneak attack is also the same
okay.
way. It's incapacitated for sneak attack and it's for advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, so
That works, though. With Ferros on the other
Better-
side, absolutely that works. So you get advantage
better
and the
place.
sneak attack.
It's a better place for you to stand anyway.
Exactly.
And I'm
for
gonna
my
do it
plans.
with the green flame blade. Or is there any? No, there isn't. That doesn't matter. Let's go, please.
24 will hit. So that is 35 plus 23. That
Nice.
is 58.
And
Big hit.
then I'm going to say,
All right.
meld into the wall.
Nice.
Talron, you are stunned. Nothing happens, unfortunately. Zeke, you are up.
Wait,
Oh, you get to
didn't
save. You get to save. Go ahead and roll your intelligence saving throw again.
You just did.
21. Okay, so you are no longer stunned, but it is the end of your turn.
Just stay off me!
And you're grappled. So you can't move.
I'm gonna move right in here because I'm pretty sure I got a nice. Ooh, can I do it?
Nope.
If I borrow Talron space, can I do it?
I don't think so.
If I borrow
looking.
Talron space, can I shoot a straight line that would hit?
If you do, then it would hit Ferros
guy-
too. Well, no, it has
This
to
guy-
originate
this guy-
from you. It has to originate from you. I see what you're doing there.
Okay. It originates from me, just not from dead center of me. It's like sticking my hand out to the side. But all right, fine. Then I just really need to get this guy dead because he's trying to kill
Yeah.
Ferros or
Yeah.
trying to kill Talron. So. I'm not going to waste that spell slot then because he's looking pretty rickety. So I'm actually just going to go back where I was.
Okay.
And I am going to lob a fire bolt at his ass.
Okay. 20 will
28
hit.
hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
13 fire damage.
Okay, 13 is exactly how many hit points he had, and he is dead ski. Boom.
He is dead.
Like, probably like
And
his head. Is his head like on fire and all that?
Oh, yeah. Tell me how you do it, Zeke.
I literally just right in the tentacles. Like, fuck you, get off of my friend.
The amazing smell of calamari, grilled calamari, just all over the place.
And then after seeing that AoE and knowing we got one Mind Flayer left, I'm gonna fuck off around this corner.
Okay.
And that is gonna be the end of my turn.
Okay, cool. Ezria, oops, sorry. Let me move back to Ezria. Boom, boom, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing. There we go. Ezria moves in, looks at you, Talron, says, "Are you all right?"
I got my brain intact.
Okay, good. And then he just moves past you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Does he have another spell? He does not. He can only do that. Well, actually, no, he can do that 3 times a day, it looks like. Yeah, very cool. He will cast Phantasmal Killer again at the Mind Flayer, because that is his only option. There we go. And that's how much damage it would do. If it actually hits, it would do 18 psychic damage. But let's see if the Mind Flayer can resist with a Wisdom saving throw. With the +6, DC 14, he rolled a 15. So no damage.
Damn it!
Ezri's like, God damn! Pieces of... He looks at his hands. Qrevialur, you're up. You are stunned. Roll your saving throw, please. Intelligence saving throw. You are still
13?
stunned.
That's a
Aw.
13. Yeah.
No, not enough. The Mind Flayer.
Is he like the only one, or?
He is the only Mind Flayer left. That is correct. In this room, anyway.
Kitty,
Let's see what he's gonna do.
get off the keyboard and don't eat those eggs.
Don't eat the eggs.
Don't eat those eggs.
Let's see
Well,
if he
there's-
recharges.
There's a bunch of hot sauce on him, and I feel like she would not like that.
All right. What does he do? He rolled. Okay, so he does not recharge. Instead, he's like, you see his yeah, cool. He is going to cast a spell on... He's going to cast the spell on Ezria. He sees Ezria as the main threat because he sees this guy coming right at him. And so he's going to cast Dominate Monster on Ezria.
Hell no.
And let's see if he makes the wisdom saving throw.
Please tell me.
Just to be clear, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here, I don't know. Gezerai, advantage probably?
Nope.
I'm not sure. No, really? He doesn't have advantage against Charm? Come on.
Right, no advantage against Charm.
Unless
Only
that's
if he fails, because I might be able to help him.
unless that's only a tiefling thing.
No.
That's not at all a
It's not,
tiefling
even,
thing.
it's not a tiefling thing at all, in fact. Wisdom saving throw.
Or am I thinking half elves?
He rolled a 14, which is not enough. So he is dominated.
I'm gonna spend 2 sorcery points and roll a 1d4 to see if I can help him out.
Okay.
Are you in range for that? Then luck 60. Never mind.
Not enough, unfortunately.
Never mind. Doesn't help.
So, you did Tides of Chaos, though, right, Zeke?
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
but you did.
But I have.
But all you've done is Firebolt, right? You haven't actually cast a spell.
I have
yet.
only cast cantrips since I.
Cool. Just making sure. Okay, so he is done for.
Oh, never mind.
He is dominated. So I'll cast a little charm thing over him. So he is dominated. Okay. That said, the Mind Flayer will. Let me just check something about Dominate Monster. Okay, and then it says something to Ezra. Ezra like turns around, and his eyes level at the closest creature, who is Ferros, and his hands sort of whoosh, glow with an orange light, and it defends itself. You use your action to take control and precise control of the target.
Yeah, this is what he did. This is what.
Yeah, I remember he did that to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, the one who did it to me is dead. But
Right. So that was his action to cast the spell. So it wasn't his action. He can't puppeteer him. So he just moves into the back of the room and hides. Well, he doesn't hide as an action, but he actually just moves into the back. Ferros, you're up.
It's time to dance around words here. I move right next to Ezria, seeing his eyes level at me. I didn't see Zeke get dominated earlier. Do I know what's happening?
I think probably Zeke told you what happened, but yeah, I think
I know what's happening.
You know, I know you do.
I did attack you like twice.
Yeah.
In the other
Not me, you didn't.
I'll tell you what I remember. I'll tell you what I remember from the last time.
Yeah, you did.
You did look at Zeke, and you saw Zeke was doing this with her eyes totally white instead of black like they usually are. And then you saw the Mind Flayer close to her doing the exact same pose. I do remember.
Well, no, that wasn't me actually, because I rolled a nat 1 on my perception.
Oh, that's right.
Can my character have informed Ferros of what's going on?
I'm gonna go ahead and say make an Arcana check with advantage.
Who, me?
Who?
No, Ferros. This is his turn.
Okay.
Yeah, 21. You know what's going on.
All right, and would he be a willing creature for a cleansing touch?
No, he would not be a willing creature for a cleansing touch.
Well, then I waste my action doing it. Neat. All right.
Oh, come on. Why does that not work?
Because it's a willing creature. He's not willing.
Well,
he's dominated. You can't use that to.
That's one of the reasons why cleansing touch doesn't work.
Okay, you grabbed him, you touch him, he just like whoosh, whacks your hand away and then assumes a fighting stance.
That is such a situational, like...
No, it's really good for your party members who are not fighting you. Alright, above him.
How far away is the creature from me?
He's probably like 50 or 60 feet. Yeah, 60 feet.
I'm going to use my dash action to get over there.
Alright.
While stealthed.
Okay. Stealth. Yeah, go ahead.
Be stealthed once I'm over there.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's over here.
So I'm assuming I could stand here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Use your bonus action. And yep, you can stand right next to him.
Okay, and I'm gonna rapier him.
Go for it.
Green flame blade.
You can't use Green Flame Blade because that's a bonus action.
No, Green Flame Blade is my main attack.
It's the action.
Oh, it's on
sword-
the actual action?
Yeah, the sword attack is part of casting Green Flame Blade.
Oh, cool. Okay. How many, does that take up a spell slot?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, that's amazing. I love
It's a
that.
good cantrip. Yeah.
16 will hit. 29 plus 25, that is 54.
That's a lot of damage.
Very nice. We love the Green Flame Blade.
And he failed his concentration save.
Yes, he did. So,
Nice.
that means that he is no longer dominated.
Well done.
Very good, Elbauthin. Very good. Well done.
Anything else, Elbauthin? I think you've used up everything.
Yeah, I've used up everything.
Talron, you're up.
He's on my range, but... Hey, asshole! Bam, bam, bam. Oh.
The first two will hit, the second one will not. The last one will not. So 19 damage.
Probably hits the stone.
It hits the pipe.
Dark.
Ping! This awful greenish gas comes out of it.
Goody.
Well, that's my turn.
Zeke.
I'm gonna poke my head out of hiding. Come over. Let's see. What? Okay, I have to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is just enough for me to be able to see him. Yay! And I'm just gonna keep on lobbing cantrips because I really don't want to wild magic anybody right now. So we're just gonna. He's looking pretty rough. 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
As 30. I am rolling like shit on these damages though. 13 fire damage.
Big firebolt comes right over your shoulder, Elbauthin, and hits the creature in the chest. Still up.
And he's up. But he is going to get another turn. All right, I'm going to spend a sorcery point to send another firebolt at him.
All right.
23 to hit.
That'll also hit.
What? God damn it.
Another 12 damage. Still up, but looking worse and worse
12
every time.
damage, but looking worse. All right, that's EOT for me.
All right. Ezria shakes. Did it again. I'm sorry, Sarah. Every time I click next turn. My fault.
I'm being good and hitting
I
buttons.
know you are. Ezria has his hands up and he's like, looks at you, Ferros, and he's like,
Was I?
oh. And then he turns around and looks at the Mind Flayer with such a look of hatred like you've never seen. And he just runs screaming at him. 5, 10, 15, 30. And then casts the last of his spells, which will hopefully kill him. Phantasmal Killer. And the Mind Flayer will... Oh, that's a lot of damage, too. The Mind Flayer will have to make that Wisdom saving throw. DC 14, he rolled a 13. And so with 25 damage, he casts into the Mind Flayer the sight of his worst possible fear. And the Mind Flayer, you see his head starts to bubble and sort of coalesce. Its skin starts to shrink and its skull is revealed. And the tentacles just fall off as his head just bursts like a ripe melon.
I backed away before that happened.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that you still caught a whole bunch of that juice on you, unfortunately.
I check his pockets.
Yeah, that's right. Checking his pockets.
So I'm just gonna automatically heal.
What do I roll?
Yeah, I will say roll a d12, Elbauthin, and you heal from the Hexblade's curse.
Oh, I'm almost max.
How much do you get from the Hexblade's curse?
18.
Nice. It's very nice.
I already healed you for 34.
He was down to like 60 something before.
Oh.
No, yeah, but it was a major help for sure.
Where'd you took the damage from before that?
It was previously it was from the Mind Blast thing. That
Okay.
caused me to get stunned.
That's what it was. Okay.
And
I
then-
remember.
And then later on it was the grab.
All right.
Which again, you were a major help.
It would have been bad if you didn't come out of that stunned, because they do a lot of damage when they bite into your skull. I'm not gonna say how much. If you want to go meta, you can go look it up, but it's a lot.
Scanlan
Well,
was
before that anyway, so. I killed him right after Talron came out of stun.
You totally did.
Scanlan was in that situation once.
Yes, he was. All right. So, what do you find in the Mind Flayer's pockets?
Hey, I'm gonna try cleansing touch Qrevialur here.
Okay.
Would that work? Is it a spell?
It goes away after a minute, and it is not a spell.
Okay, I just want to say fuck you, Drakon. All right, continue on.
Okay.
Your mic's muted.
Crud's a little pissy right now. Just
So
give
what
him
do
a
I
bit.
find
He'll
on
be
the body
fine.
of-
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. I'm doing a lot of things at once. All right. So you rolled a 2. What do you find on the body? You find what's behind door number 1 in the pockets of this Mind Flayer. You find. Gonna be honest. This is pretty fucked up.
Oh no.
Inside this Mind Flayer, you find a tiny little leather pouch. Well, it's not tiny, but it's about yay big. Feels like it has stuff inside.
Open the leather pouch.
You have this whiff of sort of strange, like a salty, just gust of strange smell that reaches your nose, and you look inside and you see tiny little strips of brain matter that have been dried and salted. That's right. It's brain jerky.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I dropped the brain jerky.
Okay.
Matt, what was the save on this done?
You rolled a 20, by the way.
When did you roll a 20?
Just now.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Because it was literally going to be my turn next, so...
You're fine.
You know,
I mean,
I thought it might have been okay to roll a save instead of waiting a full minute.
No, that's very kind. You are no longer stunned, and we are
Great.
out of combat.
Matt, I'm gonna listen on this door.
All right. You hear nothing.
I guess I hear nothing. And stop.
All right. Very good.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the wavy hand thing.
All right. You want to? Okay. Right off the bat. Okay. The door opens, and in front of you are two awful-looking creatures that immediately turn in your direction as you open the door, and you hear from these crazy creatures, you hear voices that come from them that sound like this. They sound almost metallic in nature, and they say,
Oh, who's that opening the door? I don't know if you ever seen this thing like, oh, they're in trouble now. Let's go get them.
Elbauthin, close the door, close the door.
Close the door.
okay. Let's see if you have time to close the door. It looks like you're gonna have to roll another initiative. Sorry, guys.
Oh my god, come on.
You guys, I mean, it's tough to say. You open these doors, you don't hear anything, and there's a reason why you don't hear anything. But let's roll initiative again.
Oh no.
Better.
Oh wow. Elbauthin went first.
Amazing.
I'll unmove myself from where I ran away to when they came in. I was actually like right here.
Again, I'm gonna have our associates stand in the back, just like, what's going on here? I don't know. Hold me. And the dwarves are like, they told us not to get involved in fights. Did you hear that? That sounded like Grissom. All right. And looks like Elbauthin, you are first. So do you want to close the door on your turn as your action?
Yeah, let me close the door.
Okay, you close the door. That ends combat.
God damn it, I had such a good roll.
Sorry.
Fuck that.
That's it. That's the end of combat.
But well, it's either that or through Manak, y'all.
No, there was another door we didn't try.
Where?
What other door?
Just up above us, just north of us. There's a door we just walked right past.
Show us.
Oh, the door on the way before we came down this passageway?
Yes.
That was the room that we were in, and apparently
And-
the door inside that room led back to the same space where those guys were fighting. That's what I was told.
Well, it's either there or we
Or
go through
here.
those guys.
Ferros, can I just easily
I'd
say-
rather see how those mind flayers are doing against Monarch at the gates.
Ferros, can I just easily say I hate this place?
I don't know why you're specifically telling me that.
I do still
Because
have to get up
I
at
do
6
so because I do
got
so
you.
out of I say so out loud because of love.
I love all you guys, okay?
Don't lie to me.
Alright, let's
I'm
go
all-
back where we
Oh,
were.
oh, Alex! Bye, Alex!
Bye.
I'm about to say.
Are you getting
I'm-
off?
Yeah. I got
Oh,
it.
that's what he said. Okay.
Oh.
I couldn't hear you over Talron.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then we're gonna have to redo Zoom a little bit.
I gotta be up at 6 a.m. guys.
Oh, all right.
See you, Alex.
Thanks, Alex. Have a good one, buddy.
Talk to you.
All right, let's go ahead and do. You guys can keep talking. I will deal with the Zoom issues in a second.
I mean,
we only
could
have.
start wrapping up.
We could not wrap up. We could determine what's
Okay.
going on. But thank you for
Fair
telling me.
enough. So
I
where
just,
exa-
I was given an option.
Uh-huh.
so where exactly is this door you saw?
It's the door that we were standing in front of, and I said, "Oh, is this the room where we were in the pods?" And everyone said yes. And then I was told that the door on the other side of the pod room that I didn't open the other day led right back to where the mind flayers at Monarch are.
Oh well, then yeah, that's where that leads. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's either that or this way. Those are the two ways we can go.
I mean,
Right.
if we go east, we're gonna likely hit into starving giants.
We don't need to go east. Everything we need is to the west, but our option is either through Monarch or through the giant crabs.
I'm pretty sure those were scorpions.
Whatever, I only saw the art briefly.
What you saw was that these scorpion creatures were essentially enormous metallic scorpions, but there were voices were coming from them, and they, as a couple people in chat have sort of been remarking on, it's not as if there were creatures riding them. The voices were actually coming from the creatures themselves, and they had very distinct dwarven accents.
They did. I noticed that.
That reminds me, did one of those other civilians that are with us, like, said something out loud regarding those creatures?
You didn't hear it, but I think who's closest? Probably Zeke heard it. I think she was the closest.
What did they say?
One of the dwarves said that sounded like Grissom.
Grissom?
Well, then I'm going to turn back to the dwarves and say, Grissom? Who's Grissom?
Grissom's my cousin.
And that voice you heard sounded like his?
Yeah, kind of did.
Do you want to try to talk to him?
Grissom's been missing for like a year.
Oh, jeez.
Well, we might have just found him. Kind of.
In a giant scorpion body?
I mean, we've seen weirder shit.
What are you talking about?
I saw a couple of mechanical scorpions, and they apparently talked.
And one of them had your cousin's voice.
Okay then.
I mean, I'm not gonna pretend to understand it, but, like, we were all inside some giant, crazy, fake world thing that is maybe run by all these machines around us, and I don't know, these guys do weird shit with brains. Maybe they put your cousin's brain in a giant metal spike.
He looks at you with this
thing?
look of absolute disgust and terror as you're saying this. He's like, that's an awful thing to say. He's someone who hasn't seen his cousin in a year.
I mean, you're the one who said it sounded like him. Maybe it's not. Maybe he's just inside it, controlling it like a big machine.
Okay.
Around mind flayers. who have been controlling other Dwergar.
I'm not
I
a
mean-
Dwergar. Excuse me.
When I said other Dwergar, I meant other dwarves.
He almost looks a little bit even more offended at the association.
I'll say in Dwarvish just to ease him a little bit. I'll say, I didn't mean to. There is obviously different kinds of dwarves. I'm just saying that they can control Dwergar, so maybe they're controlling your cousin. I say in Dwarvish to him. Anyways.
Yeah,
that's all I was saying.
he just looks down at
Six.
the ground.
So, speaking coming in.
The female dwarf sort of speaks up for her friend and says, "I mean, listen, I guess I'll speak to him. I knew Grissom a little bit. He kind of had a crush on me a long time ago, but I mean, if you feel that these things aren't going to just chew me up and spit me out."
Do you have any idea what those things were, Matt?
Make an Arcana check for me, Ferros.
Can I also make one since she's talking to me?
Well, this will be for the people who saw it, so I don't know who... Did
I
everybody
saw
saw
it.
it? Okay.
I saw it, yeah. I saw it and then immediately ducked around a corner. But
Yeah.
I saw it.
Okay.
It has like a high.
Yes, 24, absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. I think what you recognize
It's
from...
just 'cause I know gifts and mind flayers.
Yeah. This
Same
doesn't
deal.
look like anything, obviously, that you've seen before. But it
He's trying to
certainly
kind of-
looks like... If anything, it looked like a metallic... I mean, it looked just like a giant metallic scorpion. I mean, it could not have been more like a metallic scorpion, like an enormous 10-foot tall metallic scorpion. Or even 15-foot tall metallic scorpion, than you've ever encountered before. But if it weren't for the fact that, you know, it moved like some kind of a strange construct, you'd think that it was a life-sized version of just a scorpion covered in metallic armor.
Did I think the voices were coming from the scorpion?
Yes.
Do you have any indication as to how or why?
No.
I don't see it ending well. I mean, it's possible, I guess, but there's was there any relation at all to the Illithids I could have ever, like, even any association, because they're literally a room away.
True. You, unfortunately, or fortunately, to be perfectly frank, you have no experience with Illithid experiments. If this were to be an Illithid experiment, you would have no idea what this is.
There's also a possibility of it having been brainwashed.
That's what I said.
Well, I'm going to ask Ezria, have you ever heard of something like this?
I saw these creatures on my way in. I did not know what they were. I do not know what they are. But they seem to have a rather hostile nature toward them.
Can you tell if they're being hostile on behalf of the Githyanki or on behalf of the Illithids or just on behalf
I
of
have
themselves?
never in my time ever seen my people use instruments of destruction or creatures, if these things are indeed creatures, like that.
But this is the way to get to the Githyanki stronghold. This or
One
the
of the
other
two
one.
ways, that is
One
correct.
of
Well,
the two.
okay.
This is the other one.
We can put the dwarves on Zeril, have them in the back, have them yell out, and see if anything happens. And if nothing happens, then we end up fighting them.
We're actually gonna try to go through the south, because I was about to check to see how the defense line was going up in the north. Well, over here.
I mean,
Probably
I feel like between these guys and Manak, we stand a better chance on our own against these guys.
Well, Ferros, I mean,
That's the idea I got. And also got a better one.
alright, well,
Just get on Zeril, you two, and if anything bad goes, he'll just fly away.
And I'll open the door and announce quickly, we're only here to talk. And as soon as I do that, you call out his name and say hello, and we'll see how it goes.
Do you have another?
Elbauthin decides to simply stealth and hide by the door.
Do you have another sanctuary thing just in case? Ferros.
I have another one,
That
but it's
doesn't-
only on one person.
The two dwarves get on Zeril. Zeril, in your mind, Ferros says, "What are these two doing on my back, master?"
You can literally hear me talking out loud, Zero.
I know, but I would like to question this particular idea. This is quite egregious.
You'll be fine.
Dwarves are like, "This is cool. Haven't been on a griffin's back before." Jorana
actually
says
also
to the
gonna-
just settle down, for God's sake.
I'm remembering that Elbauthin didn't hear anything through the door earlier. And I'm just kind of guessing, because we haven't heard anything through doors, and then we've opened them up and seen shit. So I'm going to guess that they block sound somehow. So I'm actually going to, before I open the door, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and shout through the door, "We just want to talk!"
As you shout through the, you shout like at the door, like at the door.
with a thaumaturgically amplified
Sure.
voice.
It bounces back off and hits you right in the ears as you just, and it literally just makes everybody close to the door just like, ah!
Okay, well, the door is definitely blocked sound, so I guess I'll do that again when I open her up. And,
Oh, so now you know what it feels like when you do that within 10 feet of someone.
well, maybe if you
It
guys
hurts.
weren't fighting. Anyway, I'm just gonna start the finger dance.
Okay.
The finger dance.
Finger dance, the finger dance.
Finger
Next
dance.
You
And
can,
as
you can dance
soon-
if you want to.
As soon as the door starts to slide up, like before, like when it's just my feet, I'm gonna lean down and under it with a thaumaturgically amplified voice shout, "We just want to talk. I have someone here who wants to see you." What's the guy's name?
His name is, I'll tell you. His name is, come on. His name is Dondarak.
Be like, Dondarak, there's someone here who wants to speak with you. As the door like up.
Oh no, you mean the person who they thought it sounded like?
Yes.
Okay, because
yes.
his name was Grissom.
Grissom.
I'll thaumaturgy and just say, she means Gristle.
I'll say Grissom.
Okay.
Grissom, there's someone here who wants to talk to you.
As the door opens and you scream, literally, just as soon as the door opens, right in front of the door is this creature. And it's just... go ahead and make a persuasion check at disadvantage, Zeke.
I legitimately wanted to help her out during that.
Then we can cancel it out. It'll be with a help. That'll be advantage. Cancels out the disadvantage. So straight persuasion roll.
Okay.
23. Very good.
God.
This thing just like it's like it's an enormous scorpion tail just arcs forward, giant pincer claws. And then from the inside of this creature, and this is where we're going to leave for tonight, I think, because this is a good place. Yeah, hey, some people want to just, start packing up, but whatever. You it's fine.
I haven't even rolled initiative yet, and you're already attacking me.
I know, that's what I do. You hear, you hear from the inside of this creature. He goes,
That was a bit too much, Matt. We can't understand you.
He said Dondarek. I heard it.
That's because you're good at understanding things that don't make sense.
Nice. He's taking
How
pot
about
shots
this
at me all
voice?
night.
This voice might be better. That's
good.
Yeah. Dondarak? Jorana?
Oh.
What the fuck are you two doing here?
And then, like, Dondarak and Jorana on this majestic griffin swoop forward.
Okay.
Like this. Close behind you, Ferros. And have a big, like, grin as they look at this strange scorpion which the voice is emanating from. And behind it, this other scorpion sort of moves in, and you hear from behind. Oh, this is even worse. Ready? Yeah. From behind, Grisselm, who you probably determined that is exactly who this creature's voice is. You hear from behind this creature. You hear,
Dad?
Oh! Oh no!
Wait, do we really have to stop here?
and that's where we're stopping for
Oh
tonight.
come on! Oh come on!
Because we found the rogue.
At least it's not me.
We found the rogue, you guys.
Oh, man.
Lost a brother and a child, man.
Oh,
if that ain't rogue, I don't know what is.
It's awful.
Oh, that is
It's awful.
fucked.
Oh
So,
my God.
that's what we're going to end for tonight, folks.
That is
This is what happens, right? We
I
make
want to
choices.
imagine-
We make choices in D&D, right? It's all about decisions that you make, whether you keep them alive, whether you don't keep them alive, and whether those choices come to play somehow or other in the decisions that you make later on in D&D games. And in this case, yes, they do. It's times like this, folks.
Wait, what? What decisions led up to this?
The
I don't-
dwarves that you decided to keep alive
Rescue?
and bring
Oh,
along
okay.
with you and
I
all
see.
that stuff.
I thought you meant something more long term. Never mind.
I mean, there are decisions long term that you make in D&D, and those do
Sure,
come to bite you in the butt.
That's what I thought
actually.
you meant.
Oh no, I mean that too. But you know, in the short term, this is what I mean.
It was in a previous campaign. We had to choose between sacrificing a man or his child, and we chose the child.
I mean,
Wait, what?
there's a lot of I don't even
That's a
know.
joke.
I don't even
I mean,
know
there's
what
a
that
lot
means.
of men in this room who could be dad. I just know it's not me.
That's
Oh
true.
no!
We
Oh
only,
no!
we only named 2 people.
Who could
I
that
know.
dad be? I am not
Oh,
the
no.
father, Maury. All right.
Oh no! Not again!
We don't know who that was aimed at, but we'll find
I
out.
only knew that Drider for one day. Please.
Jeez. We're gonna find out in 3 weeks who Dad
Oh,
could
yeah.
possibly be, because as we say goodnight, and we are going to say goodnight. In fact, let's do a few things. First of all, let's say goodnight. Actually, yeah, let's do that. So, thank you guys all for being part of the crazy Mad Mage shenanifloofs here on Slices and Dices. As
That
we
is
say,
what I'm calling my cats from this day forward.
shenanifloofs.
Banana
Matt, you did forget something important
What did I forget?
at the start of the session. You told us, you showed us something, but you
I
didn't
did,
show
and
us-
I wanted to save it for the end. I wanted to save it for the
Okay.
end. I wanted to save
I'm
it
just
for the
making
end.
sure you remembered.
No, I remember because it's on my lap. So I want to.
But wait, we gotta keep hyping it up, so just save it. We'll keep going.
It's okay. It's okay. First, I want to say goodnight. Let's say goodnight first. We're gonna say goodnight, starting with this gentleman over here who's not here, who had to go because the dude wakes up at a ridiculous time in the morning, and he stays, and he's a stalwart, awesome dude, and he's just, like, we can't stay up past the time when we can't stay up. It's just the way it is. But that's Alex. You can catch him on Twitter and on Instagram. Instagram, you can catch him at _Alex_Lorenzo, and on Twitter you can catch him at algorithm A1G0RITHM. That's where you can catch him. And of course, you can catch him next week when we're at Call of Cthulhu Session 6. And then other things that you'll probably see as well coming, Slices and Dices. Later this year, down underneath Elbauthin, played by Alex, you will see Drakon. Drakon, who are you? Where can people find you on
Hey.
the internet?
I'm Drakon. Totally not edgy at all in any way, shape, or form. But you can find me at Twitter at overload_Drakon or on Instagram at Drakon.Dylan, where you can see my bird.
How's your bird doing?
Well, she busted her wing, but it's growing back.
Oh.
So,
Growing back.
well,
How's you
yes.
feeling?
Like she had a panic attack, and a bunch of her feathers fell out of her wing.
Okay, the feathers
So,
are growing
yeah.
back, but it's not like the wing is
Yeah.
growing back. Like it's some weird like thing kind
I mean,
of way.
technically it is, because the feathers are part of the wing.
True. Okay. I'm fair. That's good. Okay.
I'm sorry, I guess I should have worded that better. Like,
That's
she
fine.
lost a bit of feathers that kept her allowed to
Super.
fly.
I'm.
And so now when she flies, she just kind of,
New. Well,
yeah, she just stalls in midair and falls.
it's
and
like,
I'm
Rio.
Well, you need to stop flying.
Alright.
It's gonna hurt.
Poor
Thank you,
bird.
Drakon. And now, at the 6 o'clock position. This is strange with this new overlay thing, but I love it.
I
At the
know, I
6
was like, I'm not first anymore? What?
we're going
not the middle
clockwise.
anymore?
We're going well.
I'm always in the center, and now I'm not, because...
It's cool.
don't know
You
why.
can't be first always, Sarah. That's just, we'll do it clockwise. We'll do it counterclockwise. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, sometimes the ladies have to go first.
Sometimes. It's good.
You're only saying that because he's not here.
No, I'd say that if he was here.
Septur, save us. Where can people find you on the internet?
Our shenanigans.
Or your shenanigans?
You'll likely find me on Twitter at KRandom, where I'm gonna post a bunch of art, a bunch of commission stuff that I always love getting. Just posting randomness and whoever's out there and all that, and yeah.
Should we make it a thing to tell Septur every time we don't level up? Like, no, you don't
Yeah.
level up. Sorry, Septur.
I mean, he's gonna ask unless you do, so...
I know. He'll hit me up on Discord. But that's okay. We're okay with that.
Anything.
Soon.
You're gonna be like 10 points away.
Soon TM.
Oh, you're gonna
Every session, we're just gonna get 1 experience more, just so that way Matt can tell you no.
did not
That's the
say
thing, you can't, like,
anything
just so we
regarding
don't level up
XP.
before we hit Manok.
I didn't say anything regarding XP.
To the
Yes.
public, but that's okay.
Wait. It
Yes,
is true.
is the
Wait,
key
he
word.
hasn't said anything about it. Let's not gang up on him.
See?
Play
Thank
nice.
you. Look at that.
I was
You ganged up on it too! Don't fucking take the moral high road here, man.
ganging up on Matt.
Okay, at the 7 o'clock
Probably
position,
you're the best
or
at
let's
ganging
say maybe
up
we're
on
like the
people.
8 o'clock, 7:30 position. We have Kraw, who has played Ferros. Kraw, where can people find you on the internet?
Can't believe you asked me that if you're bullying people on this fucking
I
platform.
always bully people. That's what I love to
You
do.
know us against TOS.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
Harassment is absolutely against
That's
TOS.
not harassment, that's bullying. There's a difference.
Bullying is a form of harassment.
Kraw, where can people
In
find
a
you on the
friendly
internet?
way? No.
I'm sure they'll find me somewhere eventually, but
Craig,
not here.
shut
Where
up.
I don't have anything yet.
You have.
Twitter just doesn't respond. They're really cool.
That's awful. I feel bad. I really.
I
do.
don't really care. I wouldn't use it anyway.
Oh, jeez. We are not sponsored by Twitter, but that's okay.
I don't think we would. I think isn't Twitter. No,
I don't think Twitter actually does sponsorships, but whatever, it's fine.
I'm trying to think. Is who owns Twitter?
I don't know.
Is it just their own? Are they on their own company, or are they owned by another one?
I'm pretty sure.
Twitch is owned by
no,
Amazon.
yeah.
Oh,
Twitter,
really?
Twitter, I'm pretty sure is a privately owned company.
Okay.
That's why the check marks never make sense.
At the 10 o'clock position is Sarah, who has played Zeke. Sarah, where can people find you on the internet?
On the interwebs at Lovely Llama, which is somewhere below my name. On Twitter and Instagram, where hopefully there will be some new project photos up soon. I had a work in progress photo. I haven't put up the finished product yet. I'm trying to get my Llama Cave website off the ground, so hopefully I'll be spamming that with a lot of portfolio pictures soon.
Cool. Very nice.
And cats, always.
Of course, your cats. I mean, we saw a certain part of a cat during break that we probably don't want to see very often.
Which colored cat was it that gave you
I think
a
it was like an
show?
orangey brown.
Calico.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the calico. Okay, yeah, she
it
likes
gave
to
us
do that.
a little cat action, more action than I've seen in a long time.
I
but-
was art modeling the other day, and when we were on the break, and I stepped away from the camera, she just came and flopped down in front of it and rolled around being cute for 10 straight minutes. She loves the camera.
Thank you. Let's hope that maybe we can do something. Maybe we can have a cat only Twitch stream or something like that.
Not again.
There's
Not
gotta
again.
be like a Honey Heist-esque where you all play as cats. Like, it's gotta be.
Ooh, I'm gonna find
It
that.
has to exist.
I'm gonna find it.
Someone has to have made one.
Destroy your owner's apartment. One
I
thing at a time.
I know there's a fiasco where you can play as hyper-intelligent rats a la Secret of Nim.
Fiasco?
There's gotta be... Fiasco.
Fiasco or
Bolos, guides, and
Ficasco?
monsters.
Yeah.
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi are not really cats.
We could make
They're as
werecats
close as
a
you're gonna
thing.
get. But
You could always be a shifter or be a
Werecat.
werecat.
yeah, all
Werecat,
tabaxi party.
yeah.
I have been your DM for the evening, Matt G.
No, you've been our DM, not theirs.
That's true.
He's technically theirs too, yeah, actually.
No,
belong
because I'm not
to
guiding
They're
them through the
included in
adventure.
the
I have been the DM for the evening. How about theirs?
There we go.
There we go.
What's your name again? Is it DM Matt G, I think?
It's Matt G. I'm thinking
Right to the ground.
actually legally changing it to be DM, like DEEEM, like DM.
And then Matt's gonna be your middle name?
Matt will be my
Okay.
middle name, and then G,
how you
GEE as my last name.
Like, you're just gonna change your last name. You're just gonna
Then-
shorten your last name?
Yeah, then my
Instead of
parents
having your
will have
full
a
last name, you're just
problem
gonna be
with
G.
it.
Yeah.
Right to the ground.
Next
The
week,
joke. The joke going to the ground, sorry.
we have Call of Cthulhu, the final session. We say that with like this sort of tongue-in-cheek
We've
of
said
like,
it like 3 times.
I
in a
know
row
we've
now,
said it
I
a
think.
lot, but now I don't have any more story left, so I have nothing to give. You've sucked it all from me.
I have so much love.
But yeah, that is the final session of our Call of Cthulhu, and then the week after that, we have the first of 3 acts of our alien RPG scenario, Destroyer of Worlds. I love it so much, and I've worked really hard to get it on Roll20, so I'm hoping that you guys all come to watch the craziness that happens over this coming Friday and next Friday. And then, of course, we'll come back to Dungeon and Mad Mage in 3 weeks to see who is the dad, who is the father.
Ferros.
Who knows?
I have got a Maury Povich.
I'm gonna be really disappointed if Halister doesn't bring on one of those game show type things where it's
You're
Are
stealing my thunder here. You're
See, the
stealing
thing
my
is,
thunder.
I actually still want to know who the dad is from Zeke's vision.
We shall find out.
It's Zeke's dad.
If that
It was
even
Zeke's dad.
is a vision of the actual future. We have a couple things to really quickly go through before the end. One of which is, if you're watching right now and you haven't subbed or even just followed, please do so. We appreciate everything that you guys do for the channel. If you like what we are doing and you like what you see and hear, then hit us with a follow, hit us with a sub if you have the opportunity to do so on Amazon Prime. You get a free sub every month. And it is September, very, very soon. From what I understand, there are some discounted stuff when it comes to subscriptions. That's right, September is just around the corner. Starting September 1st, you get 20% off the first month of new recurring 1-month subscriptions, 25% off the first 3 months of new recurring 3-month subscriptions, and the first 6 months you get you get 30% off the first 6 months of new recurring 6-month subscriptions. So it's only for the month of September. Big discounts on subs. So think about it, and hopefully choose Slices and Dices for your sub. If not, totally cool. We love you anyway. Hit us with a follow.
Give us money.
No. But what you can do, if you love Slices and Dices as much as we all do, then you can go ahead and buy some cool... I love our logo, man. I love our logo so much. It gets me excited every time I look at it. My wife loves our logo. My kids love our logo. It's this, right? It's the dragon with the dice. I have it on
is that a mug merchandise?
It is a merchandise
shit.
mug. It is a mug that you can get on our merch store. It's cool
The
as
thing
hell.
that we talked about last week.
Yes. Which I have, but I didn't expect the mug to come that fast. And not only that, but I didn't expect the other thing that I got to come that fast, which is this. I'm wondering if I should wear it for the stream or if just hold it up, but I didn't want to wear it because it's just too cool not to just show off.
Is that a limited edition Slice and Dice's black?
It's not limited edition because you can
Well,
buy it.
It's just come off as limited edition, so that way it's full edition.
But
you can get it any time of the year, Wednesday, Thursday, or leap
You can just go on our site, and it's not expensive. It's like it's less than I think it's like.
But does it come in a racerback tank top? Because I don't believe it, please.
I was thinking of putting that on our store, but it is made from this company called Gildan, who makes these, and it's
they're so soft.
Gildan's t-shirts are so I'm like, oh damn, this is soft. This is a soft t-shirt.
I'm actually curious,
And
man.
I
Is that
love
the
it.
upscaled one that I gave you? The logo?
Yeah.
Neat. Cool.
Yeah, it's got the high res logo, so when you blow it up, it looks gorgeous. It's really nice.
If you make it in a tank top, I will buy one.
Okay.
I mean,
I think we could do that.
I'm still waiting for my T-shirt.
It should take about a week. I bought it about a week ago, and it came like super
About
fast.
a week ago.
So that's what we got. Thank you guys for helping us to support the stream in whatever way you can. Until we see each other again, folks, I say it every week, and I always mean it. Take care of each other. But don't forget to take care of yourselves. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in a week with Call of Cthulhu Session 6. Till then, folks, we love you. Bye-bye.